All right, hold on. Here he comes. Ready? Hello, good sir. How are you? How art thou? What? Why are you awake so long? What?
I'm like,
Oh, you're trying to get back on world schedule.
yeah, because I'm like normally like nocturnal. Like I
Wait,
normally wake up.
hold on. They're saying they can't hear you. Hold on 1 second. Uh, okay. Wait, 1 sec. Now? Talk?
Hello, hello, testing, testing.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot better. Okay, cool. All right, that's good.
Uh,
Now they can hear you. I gotta up your volume. All right, now?
hello, 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 testing, testing.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been awake for fucking like 27 hours, dude. I'm flipping
That
my
is.
schedule for Worlds because I'm like nocturnal, so and since Worlds is normal human hours.
You went to New York for the games, yeah? To meet Sanch and
Yeah,
everyone?
it was sick. It's actually
How
super
was it?
dope. Uh, I've been to a couple league events before, like LCS finals,
Mm.
and honestly, those were kind of corny. But this last weekend in New York was actually sick. I was hella soy facing,
What does that
so
mean? What
I'm
does soy facing mean?
just getting fired up, dude, over some gaming.
Wait, what is that? Wait, what?
What do you mean?
Hello, Yasuke. How are you? Hi, Zayuman. Thank you for subbing. Okay, I've never heard that term before.
It's exactly what you think it means. Whatever's
Okay,
coming to your
I'll be
brain.
honest. When I hear it, I mean that it means like fetishizing Asian people. No?
Okay, maybe it's not what you think it means.
Okay. All right. I don't know why. I don't
How
know
are you,
why
dude?
that was the first thought that I yeah, that was the first thought that I had. I don't know why. I don't know. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, it's basically like just bat chesting, dude.
Uh, hold on. Sorry, 1 sec. All right, cool. Um, oh, hold on. I gotta add something to the fucking. I gotta add an overlay. 1 sec. Oh, did you see? Did you see? I just started doing 20K bets.
Dude, I was so out of the loop, and someone sent me a screenshot of like your updated like profit and loss, and I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, what's wrong
Could
with
only
what's
imagine.
wrong? What's wrong with that? What do you? Dude,
Well, I mean,
I was doing 20K
as
bets
long as you
every
don't give up,
fucking.
dude, you got to keep gambling.
Well, that's. I mean, it's. There you go. Wonderful. Okay. Wonderful. No, but I mean it's fine. I'm using the money that the site gives me. And any profit that I make. That was the reason I started doing the wild crazy bets. Was just because like any profit that I make is given away to Twitch chat at the end. Now obviously
Oh,
I'm so
okay.
fucking in the hole. But yeah, like I see this is the difficulty for me. Especially like I noticed this even when I played poker with friends last year. Like not the Twitch poker. The Twitch poker is the shit that I actually liked. I don't know if you knew about those games. The Twitch poker games were really big. Like fucking I think the lowest was what, like 10-20, and then some of the games went up to 100 200 with some Twitch streamers.
I want to play
Um
Twitch poker, dude. Holy shit.
dude, Twitch poker was really fun. We were using like Poker Now.
Yeah, I
Um
know that was it.
so that stuff was good. But basically like last November, December with like a couple of the people in Korea, they were like wanting to play some poker games and like the buy-in's only 100 and I'm so fucking bored. Like do you ever get this, by the way, when doing your sports betting?
Yes,
Like
dude.
if
I
you're
actually
way above bankroll management, you know what I
on
mean?
that
Like
on that note,
yeah.
so like I I sports bet on just like real life sports all the time because my in real lives are like all like my in real life friends are all normies and they just watch all fucking sports. So like I'll bet on those, and obviously I'm just like a complete square. Um, so I just go out there and just nuke my money. And for a
You're right.
while, I realized that I'm just like nuking money for no purpose, and I try to like do low stakes. Like I'll just like do like 10 or 20 bucks a game, but it's just like it just does nothing for me. So similar, I
It
just get
sucks,
bored.
right?
Yeah.
So that's what was happening with me. I was grinding. What was I at? I was at like 20K profit, right? Before the last two
20K
series.
profit's too boring for you, huh?
Well, no, because it's play money. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Oh, because you're giving it away.
So because the money at the end was going to be a giveaway to chat, I wanted to try to just get like an obscenely large win. You know what I mean? So then I started doing the crazy bets, and I lost the crazy bets.
What's the total at now?
Minus 100.
Oh, okay. Wait, what did you in? Because I wasn't watching. How did what was the string of L's?
Oh, I mean, literally, I would pregame bet. I would almost pregame bet exclusively, and then I would dragon bet red side, right? Like I would dragon bet red side when. Well, yeah, but the dragons weren't like the big ones. The big one was I lost. What the fuck was it on? I think it was on EDG. I think I lost like 35K in one EDG game.
I lost a lot of money on EDG too. Don't worry. Nah, don't worry. Okay, listen.
Oh my god, it's fucking. But I don't know. It makes me feel bad because there's gonna be a giveaway to chat, you know, at the end. But like the same thing happened to me last year when I got sponsored. I couldn't help but just all in. You know what I mean?
I know.
Because it's Monopoly. I don't know.
Even at the game, I was betting way over my like normal unit size just because I was there and wanted more entertainment. So like similar to Light, I just wanted to be like go fucking crazy.
Hold on there. Wait, I'm being told. Hold on 1 second. Sorry. One sec. I have to change an image. Properties. Local file. Browse. Desktop. Boom. What? I did copy the image from what? Okay. All right, what kind of stuff did you want to talk about today? I just felt like it's been a while, but I felt like it's always good content to just talk about random stuff.
There's so much, right?
There's so many things that we can talk about.
There's Neace we can talk about. We can talk about.
I got blocked by Neace, which is
nice.
I got blocked by him. I've never interacted with him. Like you know what I mean? I have not engaged in any of his like tweets at me or like his subtweets at me. I never engaged in any of them.
I'm scared of you, dude.
But also the weirdest thing is that of all the really large content creators that were like shitting on him, I felt like, I mean, you can tell me if you disagree. I felt like I had the fairest take and that nothing he's doing is actually wrong, but that morally I was uncomfortable with it. Because I understand the market that he's actually operating in. And he can try to spin his market however he wants, right? Like I was having this conversation with someone else that yes, you do get the occasional people that come along that are fucking earning obscene amounts of money and the amount that he's charging does not impact them, but that is not the mass majority of people that are consuming that product. It's just not.
Yeah, I mean that's how I feel about it too. It's like even before all of his like major drama as of recent, where he like lied about being challenger or whatever the fuck. I always kind of defended the part where he like it's just a fucking open market and like his prices are just based on the value of his own time and like demand of his coaching.
Right.
Which is more than fair in that aspect, but it's like I also am in like the way of thinking that I don't think anyone needs coaching until you're like fucking challenger anyways.
Well, I mean, I'm of the mindset that like people have hobbies all the time, right? Like people have like baseball hobbies, and
yeah, that's fair.
So like that was always my angle, is that like you can't tell people how to spend their money, but like one of the things that I commented on is that there were many instances where I refused to coach people because they informed me of their financial situation. Like this past July, there was a guy, so I set my return to coaching thing because I was going to do coaching and I was going to leverage it with patrons so that I don't have to have my price inflate the way that he's claiming that it has to inflate, right? Because I think that to counteract the price inflation, to keep the money low for people to still be able to consume it that want to consume it, you can use paywall features that allow you to essentially up the price without actually upping it. You can put it behind a paywall, and I think that's fine, right? That was like my solution that I thought of. So when I was going to return to coaching, I told the story on stream. There was a guy that literally told me that he was trying to budget to see if he could actually afford rent and get the coaching. And like, I'm like, no, no, that's actually, no, you do not need to do this. And I won't do it at that point. Like, I like, why did you tell me that?
Dude, the other thing too that I like to think about is that it's also a part of like, especially since he has like a family to take care of, and League obviously isn't going to last forever, or even who knows if it lasts like 2 more years. And I mean, if you're in the position to take advantage of like the brand and influence you've created, then like by all means too, you know.
This is streaming money not. So let's like let's make a list of topics. Because the streaming money not lasting thing is a thing that I've had conversations about with like Doublelift and Dom and like other people, right? Because like League of Legends up until this year was constantly growing. Well, not even just this year. I would say the last 2 years, right? The decline started.
Is it still growing in the East?
Oh, it's still growing in the East, but obviously we don't monetize the East. You know what I mean? So like for the East it doesn't really matter, but like for Western content creators, we're going to start to experience the decline, which I've been a part of in 2 other games, right? I was a part of it in Hearthstone very early on, and then I was a part of it in StarCraft 2, where I started to see when it started happening, right? And with Riot and like Valorant and like all this other stuff and other games entering the spaces with the average age like growing older and stuff, it's like a lot of the money that the top-end creators can make, yes, the money is absolutely insane, right? It really fucking is, especially with, like, sponsorships and stuff. But the money will not, that income will not stay static forever, right? And it will keep going down, and then when it eventually does go down, you have to hope that you earned enough that it was worth, that it was worth literally all-inning fucking 12, 15 hours a day for 5 years of your life. Like 5 really crucial years, right? Like sometimes I actually think like, holy shit, like my 20s are gone. You know what I mean? Like I lost my 20s to
on that note, it makes
making
me
LS.
Knowing that half my life is League of Legends, literally.
Over half my life is League of Legends. I would say like 85% of my life is League from the moment that I wake up. It is a nightmare. I devoted 85% of the last 8 years of my life to League of Legends. So I think this was the other thing that I actually brought this up in therapy. When people were flaming me for, like, even the gambling sponsorship, right? I'm like, you have no idea, how much I've, like, lost. Like, yes, I've gained, right? But, like, it was all a risk, and that's fine, but it was all a risk. Right.
That's the thing, too, is, like, the average person obviously doesn't understand, like, the toll it has on content creators or streamers where their income isn't like a stationary amount of salary every month or every year.
Right. Dude, I've said this publicly on stream before, so I have no problem saying this right now. It is it's really scary when you can have such large swings on income because some months are just way better than others. You know what I mean? And then that will, I think, make anyone naturally uncomfortable when trying to plan things or trying to account for things. Like, for instance, like, I talk about this a lot, but, like, one of the things that mentally just confused the ever-loving fuck out of me was the post-MSI streams. Like, I talked about those Sanchovies, I talked about it with Doublelift, Cadril, Dom, like, I talked about it with everyone. And it brain blasted me so fucking hard that I've never been brain blasted before, like, as a streamer. That was also another, like, really large contributor into my disappearance for, like, 2 months when I took the break and I started therapy. It was because I just couldn't do it.
It's fucking crazy, and it's weird now for me, too, because having been a streamer for 3 years or whatever the fuck, and now it has made me really accustomed to what I do now, because I have, like, I have negative P&L months, right? Like, I'll just have months where I just go negative, and I lose
You go
my
negative
money.
on some months.
Yeah, so it's like... I think streaming and going through that has been.
Can I ask really quick? Can I interject?
Yeah, sure.
When you say you go negative, do you like swing negative or do you just like?
So let's just say like, Okay, yeah, this year is actually a pretty good example. So this year,
Yeah.
the ERLs start like a month before the regular season, except for the LPL, and like in January, let's say I'll just use a random figure. Let's say I made 50K in January betting on ERLs,
Right.
right?
Right.
Um, that February, right afterwards, there was like a huge meta switch or something, and all my
Models.
champion models were fucked up,
Right.
and I had to make adjustments, and I was too stubborn to like make adjustments, and I thought like I just was going through like a bad spring of variance or something. And then I mean, in February I lost like 30K. So then like not only did I spend 16 hours a day every day of February at my PC like trying to make adjustments or whatever the fuck, but then I also just lost money. So like, and that's a pretty normal thing. Like the variance and swings, like obviously like betting is the same in a similar light as like trading.
Right. Right.
Whether it's
Right.
like
Yeah.
stocks or crypto, where like it's
Right.
not
It
up
is.
only.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna have like fucking 30% P&L every month. Like I'm gonna go down and go into swings of variance and whatnot. Um, but I think streaming and going through the constant waves of having 4K subs one month and then 1K subs the next month, or getting sub gifted or playing Twitch rivals and making money, and then the next month is dog shit. Like
Right.
accustomed me to this, and now I'm comfortable eating the variant swings and going through that like amount of stress.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Wow. Okay. Fuck. But then you also set up other things that allow you to feel more stable, right? Don't you have like people that buy
So
your advice?
Well, that's the thing is like the first like year and a half of doing this,
Right.
where I was like literally just forward testing my model and my methods and my systems, and I didn't have sponsors yet, and I didn't have other streams of income. It literally just I was just supporting myself on betting. So like some months I would just be like, well, fuck, I just lost money this month and spent my entire month doing
Right.
this.
Right.
And those were some dark times. But now I have like multiple streams of income alongside betting, so like it's really not as stressful anymore.
And you're gonna start moving into streaming again, right? You probably
Yeah,
do live viewing and stuff.
That is the final move in the spring. Yes.
Okay.
Now that I have my full process of selling access to my picks available, and then I also have sponsors and stuff like that, then I'll start streaming once
Right.
everything gets more automatic.
Hold on a second. I'm trying to fucking locate something. One sec. Sorry. But no, I mean that. So now, how old are you?
I'm 26.
You're 26. Okay. So you're actually all right. I mean, you're a couple of years younger than me. I mean that. Okay. So I mean, you still have time. But like, are you afraid about League of Legends? Like the future?
I think I used to be. I think I was when I streamed. I felt like I was under like pressure to like blow up or something.
To try to blow up as a streamer, yeah?
Yeah. But now, doing what I'm doing now and the skill set that I have now and like what I've learned over the last 2 years, I feel like if League were to disappear right now, I feel like I could comfortably make a switch to another esport, like
To another
Dota or
esport.
Valorant or something, in like 2 or 3 months.
Okay.
And I'm well off enough to where I can sit on my ass and jerk off.
How did you get well off enough? Was it all from sports betting?
Yeah.
Okay. No shit. Jesus. Okay. All right. But then, as a streamer, you used to be like what, 2K viewer? CCV?
I think average like 400, and then I would have some months where like if I had like a fucking race to challenger event that I won or something, or like a Twitch rivals event, I would like hover around 1K for like a couple weeks or a month, but normally like 3, 4, 500, somewhere in that range.
What the fuck? I thought you were larger. I don't know why. I don't know why I just said 2K. Like, I'm over here fucking. What the fuck? Okay. Holy shit. All right. Well, fuck me. But no, like, okay, so we can definitely talk about streaming not lasting. What are some other topics we talk about? We can talk about
Neace?
worlds, huh?
Streaming.
Worlds results.
Gotta
Streaming.
talk about Neace.
Yeah, we can talk about Neace. I mean, that's fine. We can talk about
Worlds.
Neace. Yeah, worlds results. What else? We can talk about like off-season stuff.
Oh yeah, they're all the rumored roster moves thus far.
Yes. We can talk about some of the rumored roster moves. Yeah, I mean that's fine. Twitch chat, do you guys have other advices? Neace has been baiting her. Yeah, I mean he's trying his hardest, but like I won't directly engage with him. I mean the amount of like DMs that like I have probably. I mean, I'll just say this. I think I've ghosted him for like 2 years in DMs or 2.5 years in DMs. Huh?
Nothing.
No, I just don't want to engage. I just don't want to engage. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I feel like I have that right, but at the same time, I mean, we'll talk about this when we talk about it. But like, it's whatever, you know. KCORP not getting an LEC. All right, let's see. What else? What else? What other topics?
East versus West gap. That's a good one.
Oh yeah, we can talk about that.
That's a classic.
I mean, you made a tweet about like East versus West coaching differences, yeah?
Yeah, I did. When I think it was EDG's coach Maokai. They showed a clip where EDG.
Oh, where he got really emotional.
Yeah.
He got really angry. Yes.
The table and started yelling.
Yep.
But then all the players like praised him in the interview afterwards, as opposed to crying and getting him fired.
I mean, I feel like this would. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, we can talk about that. We can talk about that for sure. Future of NA.
Yeah, we don't have to go into it yet. We can.
Yeah. Future of NA. We can talk about that. Future of NA.
There is none.
Gwen's food of milk.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay. Next topic.
Wait, why do you want to skip over that one?
Yeah, we'll put that one right after which Yordle is your favorite. That's a nice transition to that one.
He actually said it. Cheyenne, thank you for 98 months. Holy shit. LEC format change.
LEC format. Itemization at Worlds.
Itemization at Worlds. Yeah, that's good. Okay. All right, so let me get like yeah, I feel like this is a lot. This is good. This is some juice. Let me add a text. Shibai. Okay, one sec. All right. All right. So in what order do you want to do this?
I think we should start with the milk.
No, I'm being serious.
Just get that one out of the way, you know.
Okay, let's all right, how about this? Let's do LEC format change first.
Okay, will you actually give me an update on what happened or what's happening? Because I'm like,
so basically LEC, so LEC is going to run 3 splits next year, and each split is going to be 3 weeks long. Okay, so basically they'll have 3 super weeks, back to back, right? 9th and 10th place are eliminated, and then 8th through 1st moves on to a elimination style tournament.
Oh.
So if you finish 9th and 10th, if you finish 9th and 10th 3 times in a row, you will have literally only played 9 weeks the entire year.
Okay, I hate to interrupt, but Shakira has messaged me on Discord saying LS is already wrong.
What? Wait, what? Wait, what? What do you mean? Wait, what? How am I already wrong?
Don't shoot the messenger, bro. I don't know. That's all he said.
What is going on? Who tweet? Who? Chakras?
Shakira's. Yeah, Shakira's. Shakira's.
What the fuck?
Okay, he's being a technicality frog. He said each split is 3 weeks. It's actually longer. Okay, nerd.
Well, okay. But the super weeks are 3 weeks, and then there's a tournament. No? Isn't that how it goes? He's nerding me right now. I can't even actually believe him. He's nerdging.
He followed up with he can't comment further, so.
Oh, he can't comment further? Okay, all right.
Anyways, is it BO3? The
Super Weeks are all best of 1.
Oh, okay. Why did I hear that it was BO3? Oh, once it's 8 teams, it's BO3.
I think once it's 8 teams, it's best of 3. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So like the first split, 9th.
Yeah.
9th and 10th are just gone.
Yes.
What the fuck are they gonna do for the rest of the year?
They fucking wait until the next split in mini bracket.
Oh.
So isn't that? I mean, I feel like that's really good because that is going to that is essentially like bringing back relegation in a way. In that, if you're really bad, you get no exposure. Like, you cannot keep just being super bad. You know? Like the NA teams, right? Like when CLG was permanently at the very bottom of the standings. You know?
Oh,
like, they can't keep doing that.
LCS and Academy team got back-to-back 10th and back-to-back splits.
Yes. You mad?
No, I'm not mad.
Okay. All right. You're not mad. All right. I mean, that's fine.
No, I do like that, though. I feel like that adds a little bit of a reason to give a fuck.
Okay.
What do you get out of winning them? Like, how does this impact? Like,
we don't know yet. We don't know. So apparently people speculate that there's gonna be international changes because of everything happening to all the splits, or like all the leagues. Like apparently there's the African League, right? That Riot's making. So they're making another league, and that'll have an ERL spot. Then there's the rumor that PCS, LJL, and OCE and whatever else will all be merged into one. Is that one of the rumors too? And it's going to be based out of Singapore.
I have no idea, but that sounds better than what's set up now.
Right, it sounds a lot better. Yes, I think that's a lot better.
I think pooling those players will be really fucking nice instead of having like 2 or 3 players that are good on each team.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think that's fine. I mean, it's really hard to comment on the format change without like knowing more. Immediately though, I just think that it's better because even in those super weeks, the best of ones matter so much for like seeding into the next stage of that like mini tournament. Right? So even if like you're a top team, suddenly dropping one game is actually problematic. But if you're getting booty blasted in those 3 super weeks and you just don't move on, I mean that's so good too.
Damn it. And NA's not making any changes?
NA is moving to Wednesday and Thursday.
Nice. Huge change.
Now, so honestly, I don't mind the NA change now. No? Because the average League of Legends NA viewer, Riot knows that they're 23 years old.
Oh, I meant like changes like competitively.
No, I don't think they're doing anything other than
this, like aggressive change to further the strength of the region, and NA's just moving their games back 2 days.
It's yeah. NA is just moving their days to be Wednesday, Thursday. That way they'd only be competing with LCK. Rather than right now where like LEC drowns them.
I heard it's that so they don't compete with NA Valorant on weekends.
Yeah, but I don't know if I wonder. I don't know if that's actually true. You think that's it?
I mean, I wouldn't put it past them.
Okay.
Valorant's like their new baby now, you know.
All right. Hold on, I am getting a DM currently. So I'm being informed by a certain esports journalist here that NA, I will not name who, NA is moving days and moving Academy to remote. Academy will now be remote. Goodbye.
Really don't give a
I mean, okay.
And I remember the rumor last year where like half of the LCS teams were lobbying to not even host an Academy team. Did you ever hear about that?
Yes, they didn't. But then Riot came out and said that there was not something. Wasn't it Travis that said that they were doing that? And then Riot came out and said that it was. I don't totally remember. I know what you're referencing though. And honestly, with the way that academy teams are used in NA anyway, it really wouldn't matter if there's an academy team or not. I almost feel like NA should actually have ERL systems, but the problem with that is getting 16, 17, 18, 19-year-olds to commit to playing League of Legends with no solid salary. That's the real issue, especially in North America, because American families and American culture just won't allow that. You know what I mean? I mean, it's already actually really hard as someone in esports in North America or Europe, or like, I mean, other regions too, right? To commit to an esports. Whereas like in Korea, if you commit to an esports, even if you're not super like successful in it, you can still find jobs in Korea and China. Like you can join coaching staffs. You can join like management positions of like so many esports academies that like exist. You know what I mean? Like you can definitely pivot into something that's like businessy, even if you never went to university or college. There's definitely more fallback. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's interesting. Dude, because the way I see NA and Academy now is just like literally a fucking paycheck. Like, I feel like
it's a good paycheck too. I mean, it is.
Half of it, yeah. Well, I know. I've heard. Half of the players are just old heads who can't cut in an LCS anymore.
Right.
And then those guys are just like actively hindering the growth of the other players who actually want to improve.
Right. I mean, it's rough. I mean, I think it's legitimately rough. I don't know, but the problem is that there are the people that say that like NA has talent, or that, you know, NA has talented players, and, you know, we just don't find them, and like all this other stuff. And it's like, well, I mean, yes and no. Like, I think JoJo is talented, right? I think JoJo clearly has talent. But I would also argue that, now, I've never personally talked to JoJo Pion. I've never interacted with him, but his demeanor from interviews, as well as his in-game demeanor and everything else, that is not an American. Like, do you know what I mean? He's so disrespectful, abrasive, and like...
Oh, it's because he played Fortnite.
Well, yeah, but he's so concerned with himself being good and being better.
Yeah, I think that's.
Do you know what I mean? But that's good. That's good. Yes, it's very good.
I think there actually is talent in NA. Like, all memes aside, there are talented players, but to get the pool of talent to the position, or like to get them to like the stature, or like even like the mindset that JoJo has, for example, you have to like facilitate them and assist them growing to get to that point.
Yes.
I think JoJo's just where he was just already like that from playing Fortnite or whatever the fuck, or how he was raised.
Right.
So he's like cut from a different cloth. Where there's plenty of players in NA that can do it if they were assisted in the right way, and I just don't think the facilitation is there. The establishments are there to help people actually.
Well, I think that this is the other problem, right? Is that the infrastructure of NA, even if there are talented players, they're going to end up being poisoned. So it doesn't really matter, you know, in some ways.
Exactly.
Like, so for instance, like, I think that like, you know, he's the support player. He shows up in my stream sometimes, but I think he was really showing that he's actually like very good in Champions Queue. And he also has mechanics. And he has like very wide champion pool, which is something that support players just don't have, right? It's 100 Thieves' Busio. And it's like, even talking to him,
everyone is saying to turn me up a little bit, by the way.
Okay. He clearly is determined to get better and try to improve and do all this other stuff, right? But the problem is he's going to end up on a fucking team where he's going to be the youngest player on the team, and then he's a support player, and then because he's the youngest player on the team and he's a support player, he's just going to listen to everyone that is older, regardless of if they're right or not, right? And then the coaching staff is going to naturally leverage their own fucking job security. And then he's going to be the easiest scapegoat unless he's literally becoming like Carrier. And then it just doesn't matter. Then he turns to shit. I mean, that's what I predict his trajectory to end up being, unless he's on like really good environment.
As every young talent,
yep,
they get picked up by like a top 4 org because obviously they're good enough to play on that top 4 org's academy team. And he is going to sit the bench behind the $2 million salary support player, and he'll never get an opportunity to play
Yep.
on LCS because he won't
Yep.
be able to overcome that. And he'll sit there for 3 years until the esports team finally sells him to a bottom tier team, and then he looks like shit because he's playing on a bottom tier team, and then boom.
Yep. That is the cycle, yeah.
I think
I feel like the only instance where this wasn't the cycle was Jojo Pion, right? Danny, I guess, going into LCS immediately, and then Fudge.
Yeah,
I think those were the only
literally like talent suppression. I think of Tenacity. I think it's happening to him. It happened to a Blaze Olive. He sat behind Bjergsen for what, like 3-4 years, just like stagnating.
Was it that many years?
Yeah, wasn't he on TSM Academy for like 3 years right after Cat Evolved?
I'll be honest,
right
though.
before, maybe.
This is gonna sound like a bit of an asshole. I don't think he's very good. I don't think he would have.
Well, that's the thing is like
he wasn't gonna be JoJo.
Who knows what would have happened if he didn't sit in Academy for 3 years, just stagnating on TSM Academy, you know?
Well, this is where I argue that I think you can actually see really early on when a person enters their pro like area, like the area where they're starting to tango with pros. I think you can actually see, like, and I would argue that my credibility on this or my accuracy on this over the years, right? I think it's very solid that I very rarely champion players saying that they are exceptional, right? Like, or very early on, right? Doing this with Con, early VOD reviews, right? Alfari, Bwipo, before both of them really burst out onto the scene. I was the first person in the West that mentioned Apto, wherein people just fucking wouldn't accept that he was as good as he was. You know, like, I can't really like take like credit for Fudge or like saying that Fudge was really, really good. But I think I did champion him the hardest. But I think that Max was the one that told me that Fudge was really, really, really good, right? And I mean, I can name like other people and whatnot, right? But like, there's players that when I watch them, I just think like, okay, even if their game knowledge isn't as large as it could be, they're getting so many things right and they're practicing towards the things that are the most important. And I think that when a player has those hallmarks, they're infinitely more valuable, at least to me, in my eyes, of like what I judge or think is like the really ideal like clay for a person to have as they're like being molded into like their star player, right? I think that's the most important, and I put a lot of emphasis on mechanics and mechanical knowledge. And mechanical knowledge would be like intent, like where's their mouse hovering? What are they actually looking at in the moment? You know, like there's a lot of value in that in first-person views, because the mouse is ultimately access to their subconscious, to some extent. And I don't think NA has had a lot of those players. Like, I think the player I'm most impressed with since Fudge is actually the top laner that I was doing with the Champions Queue stuff with, right? Zamudo.
Oh, Zamudo, yeah.
He's actually better than I think he's actually better than most pros. Just watching his first-person view. But he has this weird thing where it seems like if he doesn't recognize the pattern or he's new to a situation that he's put in, he just totally fucking chokes.
Dude,
I mean,
that's
seems...
actually something I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
That exactly, because I saw some pro player tweet that they were looking for like coaching positions or something, and it made me think if I was coaching a team, what I would do first. And that topic is the exact thing that I would want to target first, because I feel like so many players fall victim to like the just being uncomfortable in certain scenarios. And like we talked about the last time, where if I was coaching a team, like my ideal practice regimen for the day wouldn't include any scrims at all. It would be like team A and team B of the LCS link up for like 6 hours or 8 hours of that day, and then the jungler and top laner from team A are in a custom game with the top laner of team B, and like team A just has the same goal for like an hour of a single champion matchup, or jungle top versus top, and their only goal is to up and go dive level 3. So then their top laner is actively practicing pressuring the enemy top laner, and the enemy top laner is actively practicing withstanding that and then resisting. And then on the likewise, team A's support and AD carry are playing against team B's support, AD carry jungle doing the exact same thing on the other side, and then they just swap junglers back and forth and do it both ways. That way, you just spam all the matchups and all the combinations to where you are just infinitely practicing all these scenarios to get comfortable with it. Because you watch so many games in the LCS, and like a player gets ganked level 3 and he's just uncomfortable from that point on, and you can see it in his character movement where he just like is super insecure of what's going on.
Right. Yeah. I think I completely agree with you. This is one of the reasons I was so sad about ProView being removed. Because ProView was the most valuable resource to actually evaluate players. It was by far and away the most valuable because you could see so much with it.
Yeah. Why did they remove that, by the way?
It wasn't profitable. So basically, they needed coders, or they needed like servers to host the streams, and they needed people to ensure that they were running smooth and that they were actually working and set up. And then they needed place to like store it, and there just weren't enough people subscribing to that feature to I guess pay for it, and so that's why they removed it.
That's weird because I feel like it would also be beneficial for the orgs themselves to be willing to invest in it to see their own players' pro views.
Well, the orgs themselves can request the pro views.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Orgs themselves can request pro views and audio, to my knowledge, but I mean, fuck, what are you saying? In all of my years of being a fly on the wall or like anything in coaching, I've never seen that happen. Even in Korea, by the way. Even Korean teams don't do that either. It's just not. It's. I agree with you that it is valuable, but yeah. Okay, so I mean,
what?
Yeah.
Real quick, before a moment, what Eastern coach was it? There was an Eastern coach that like constantly 1v1'd all of the players.
Oh, that was CV
and, like,
Max.
Shit on them. Oh yeah, CV Max. I feel like we don't hear about that at all anymore. Like,
I don't know many coaches that play against their players.
Besides,
I think it's really important, right? So it's like it's very known that I play in scrims and that I do 1v1s. That's very known. Yeah. But it's also like really known that I get really fucking anal if I haven't played in a really long time. Because I'm just not going to be able to do anything of value, right? I'm not going to be able to help. I'm not going to be able to contribute.
And like you're obviously if you're
because I mean I don't pretend that it's something that it's not, like, right? Like when I'm very active on Korea, I'm like D1 and then master, right? When I'm very active, right? Playing the shit that I play. But at the same time, there's like demonstrated evidence, whether it be like not leaked VODs, but like even the scrim games, right, versus the LCK Academy teams, but also like even some of the stuff I showed on stream in January of me playing mid lane versus pro players from major regions, like and I think a lot of that is just because like there's a mechanical difference between me and these pro players, but I feel like they're so fucking dumb in lane. But also just the champions that I'm playing and they're not used to playing it, so they don't have any pattern recognition on what's going on. But I'm not going to pretend and say like, yeah, I'm a challenger career that I can get grandmaster career, because I can't. Especially not anymore, right? Like I dinged GM 2 years ago. But I'm not gonna fucking Neace myself and say that, you know, I'm something that I'm not. But at the same time, I won't lie and say that I can't play in scrims, because I know that I can, and I know that pro players that have watched me or even like played with me know that I can. So it's like, I mean, it's weird. It's weird.
It is.
Yeah, Vigar V2 1v1s pretty often, but the problem is that he's on ping, which is the main issue. It's the main issue. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, we'll see. Okay,
dude,
so, yeah, go.
Dude, before we move on, dude,
well, hold on. No,
someone's
someone's commenting something about like D3 Korea, or Yasuke is commenting about D3 Korea. That is true. He ended up dueling with a Karthus player. When he was playing Gangplank. He was playing Gangplank and he dueled with a Karthus player to like D1, but then yes, I believe that he did leave D3 or D4. I do believe that you are right. But I will say that Korean rank is very weird, because everyone knows that Max Waldo was like 6,000 games D1 Korea. 6,000 games D1, D2 Korea. He went back to NA in July 2020, and he hit top 10 on NA. So
did he hit rank 1? I remember.
No, he didn't hit rank 1. He got top 10. He was playing Orin, Pantheon, Karma.
Yeah, Pantheon.
and Atrox, I think, were like the four champions that he was playing. Oh, and he was playing Nocturne mid. There's only a couple of VODs of him playing. He played for like 100 Thieves next. He played a couple of games against Niles. Yeah, I mean, I think Max played 3 different roles in 3 out of 4 of the games, and they won. Yeah, Max is actually really good at lane when he plays a lot. Max is very good at lane when he plays a lot. Yeah. Yep. Max is pretty good. Max is very good at lane. Yeah, he actually laned really well against Summit. In the in-houses in Korea in December, he actually solo killed Summit a few times. So that was kind of that was nice. It was good. He's very good at laning. Okay, so what do you want to move on to next?
Let's just knock this one out real quick, dude. Let's talk about KCORP.
Oh yeah, I mean we can just bang that out real quick. So I feel like this is Riot shooting themselves, no? Like it really is.
Who's getting in instead of them? Is it Heretics?
It's Heretics, right? But I thought KCORP was fusing onto a team.
Yeah, wasn't it Rogue? Or am I drunk?
That's what, or was that KOI? Is KCORP and KOI different things?
Yeah. KOI is another Herald team.
Okay. I mean, it's like...
I feel like it's really bad branding and influence-wise to not have KCORP in the LEC.
Yes. It is super bad. And it's coming in a really crucial year. I feel like 2023 is so important.
Dude, when the owner of KCORP or like the CEO, whoever is the one that streams their games, dude, that guy's stream gets like 3 times the viewership of NA LCS streaming.
Yeah, it's crazy.
TRL
yes.
games.
It is a complete mistake to not let him in the LEC. It really, really is. It is a huge
I wonder what happens behind the scenes to actually
Hello, Joe Marsh.
Result in that.
Hello, Joseph P. Marsh. Joe, can you please bring me a T1 bomber jacket when you come back to Korea? Please.
Hey, me too, Joe. Me too. Thanks.
Joe, please. I will pay for it, but it's not in the store anymore, and I can't get it. But I need a T1 bomber, Joe.
I'll pay double.
Okay, Forest will pay double.
Yep.
Oh, I have the Leandre shirt on today, by the way. So it's not the final product, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I noticed. It's sick.
Yeah. It's not final. There's some modifications that'll happen to the shirt, but yeah. And then you were the one that asked me about the inverted colors, right? Black with white face. Yeah. That's gonna be coming. It is too small. We originally got it so that Hero would just model the photos, so it's a 90 when I'm like 95 or 100, in Asian sizing, but yeah. But Joe, if I order in the NA store, it's gonna take weeks to get to me. Do you know what I mean?
Oh my god, I'm ordering right now, bro.
This is not the butt shirt, Joe. It's the look. The Leandre's. How do I full screen? Wait. All right, there we go. It's fine. Nice tits. Yeah, you can milk me if you.
Okay,
What
enough
the
with the
fuck?
milk. Enough with the milk.
What?
Too much milk.
Joe Marsh is gonna he's gonna leave. Hold on. Joe's asking me.
This guy said KCORP didn't have the money. Astralis was asking for the spot. They got offered a deal in exchange for part of KCORP shares, but KCORP owners were not interested. Damn. Wait, isn't it also rumored that Reckless is just leaving KCORP and playing in the LEC?
Hold on, I'm talking to Joe.
Yeah, it's okay. Yes, he is looking for a team. Sheesh. The GOAT is back. I'm sure some LCS teams will get sold too. Dude, I gotta go ahead and say, dude, it's got to be Immortals. There's no way Immortals is staying in the league, right? They don't even manage their fucking social media. Dude, their social media gets like fucking 1 like per tweet. Seriously. They must have 0 people on staff.
Sorry, I'm talking to Joe Marsh really quick. Okay. All right, we're good. Okay, so the KCORP stuff, I mean, I feel like we touched on it, right? Like, it's just a total blunder. I think that when there's owners, like, so for instance, there are very few owners that actually, like, I feel like it actually helps with the team's image, by the way. When owners like Nadeshot, the KCORP owner, right? Like Reginald back in the day, right? When he was, like, super active. Hotshot GG way back in the day. It's so good when the owners or the CEOs of the org are engaging as much as they do with the public, and I feel like it is a huge blunder.
Because like, I mean, it's just easy to see with the major CEO or owner of each org.
What, Joe? Like, what? Hold on, Joe is he's like an ex-girlfriend right now. What is going on? Oh no, never mind. He's bragging about himself. Yeah, but this is the thing that's insane to me is, you know, a lot of the Korean fans don't like how active Joe is on social media, but it is amazing how active he is. But also, he's not fake in that, like, if his team's not winning, he just disappears. You know what I mean? Like some owners can be, where like if their team's like not winning and things just aren't going good, they're totally a fucking ghost. But like Joe is there through fucking
Joe bragging about scrims before MSI. I remember Joe. Don't think I forgot.
Oh my god. Oh my god. But like,
yeah, think about the top teams in each region. All of their owners or CEOs or whoever the fuck are active, and then as soon as you get past like the top 3, they like who even owns Immortals? Who owns FlyQuest? Who owns?
Dude, honestly, do you know that I unironically thought that it was still Noah Wilson or whatever the hell his name is, but it's not. Right? It's not Noah anymore.
Too, honestly.
Noah Wilson. Let me find it. I don't even know actually. Maybe his name isn't even Wilson. Yeah, he's long gone. Like, yeah, I don't know a lot of the orgs, and I feel like a lot of them don't care, you know. And I mean, it sucks. It sucks. It really does. Oh, Noah Winston. Wilson. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I think that is. I think it sucks. I'm worried about 2023. I really am with stuff that is obviously going on. With the orgs.
Transition right into the future of NA, dude. This is an easy.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about it. Go ahead. Well, let me get a drink right before we talk. Hold on.
Yeah, sure. He sold his shares and got the bag, dude. He had a fucking hell of an exit, then I assume. Dude, they should bring LS to cast finals because what the fuck? Yeah, guys, let's have no LCK casters cast the 3 LCK teams. Or no LPL casters. It's really lit, actually. So all of the players, or all of the people casting, don't actually truthfully know any of the storylines or, like, deep concepts of the players. They're just reading off note cards.
Ellis, they should bring you to America to cast finals. I wish, Joe. I wish. It would be nice to cast again, but, you know.
That shit's so cringe, dude. I hate that.
What?
That there's no LPL or LCK casters left.
Oh, it's insane. I mean, I made the tweet. I mean, you want to talk about that? We can add that as a topic.
Yeah, it baffles the fuck
out of me. Yeah, let's do that. I mean, fuck it. Let's do it right now, actually. Let's talk about it. So there is no LCK or LPL representation semifinals forward.
Yeah, it's baffling.
Okay, hold on. Joe wants to come on really quick. Do you care if he interjects?
No, I don't care. I don't care.
All right, let's get Mr. Marsh in here. All right, here we go. All right. We gotta call him Dapio name. Okay. Yeah. Hello. Hello. How are you?
Fantastic. How are you doing?
You sound like, I mean, you have a massive echo, by the way. Are you far away from your phone?
I'm far away from my mic. Sorry, am I good
Oh,
now?
okay. No, it's fine. It's
Yeah,
fine.
it's better.
All right, it's
Sorry,
good
I'm
now.
a amateur streamer. Sorry,
Yeah, it's fine. No, not a big deal.
dude.
Okay, so what's going on?
Epic fail, hot pot. So obviously Thursday, big win,
Okay.
and Faker wanted to go to hot pot. It's his favorite type of food, right?
Okay.
So I go to the Red Bull like after party thing. No one talks to me. I sit in the corner, and then I'm like, okay, cool. Go to hot pot. I happen to arrive at hot pot first. Right, the guys aren't there yet. So there's like 15 to 20 of us.
Okay.
Josh is like, hey, can you? He's like, yeah, we called them in advance. Can you just go in there and like secure the tables? I'm like, yeah, of course, I can secure a table. So I walk in, mind you, at hot pot. I am wearing my T1 jacket, mind you. I go
Okay.
in. It's a completely packed restaurant. I walk up to the counter to the nice lady. Hey, can I have a table for 14 to 20? No,
Okay.
no. I was like, but no. I was like, well, I don't understand. Like, they called like 14 to 20. Like, no. All right. So the next two people to arrive are Tucker and Chrissy Costanza. I'm like, oh, this is not gonna help. So they come in. I'm like, and Tucker's like, what's up? I'm like, I can't get a table. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, can I have a table for you? Like, no. All right. The next person to walk in, unkillable Demon King and the team. Baker comes in. Door opens. It's like in like a movie where like the door opens, like and the wind blows and there's like smoke and like so he comes strolling in.
Okay.
With the team. Everyone looks, it's like going into like a country western with like the spurs and like the bell rings and everyone like looks at the door and here he comes, the Demon King.
Okay.
All of a sudden, like everyone realizes like who's eating there, who that is. The phones start like when you realize somebody, like you do the look and the double look and then the phones go up.
Yeah.
So they come in, we're standing there. Josh is like, all right, did you get the tables? I'm like, obviously not. I'm standing at the front desk here. I'm like, no, there's no tables available. So then Josh and those guys are like, can we have a table for 20? And I'm like, yes. And then the C parts, all of a sudden, the restaurant was once packed is now completely empty in the middle. And we are now sitting with our entire crew. And
wonderful.
It was great. Second fail of the hot pot. That was like the funny part. And then here comes the fail part. So like there's the large table in the middle where the boys sat, right? And then I sat at a small table next to them with Tucker, Chrissy, and Josh. And how you order your food at this restaurant is like you have a pen, pencil, and a little piece of paper, and you check off what you want. So like
like in Korea sometimes.
Yeah. Yep. So Faker ordered for his table, right? As he would. He's a veteran of the hot pot game.
Okay.
So he orders, the Riot guys order, the documentary crew order, everyone's ordering. So it's me, Tucker, and Chrissy. So we let Chrissy pick the food, right? So we're ordering, we pick the stuff. We got the mild, the white sauce or whatever, the white broth, and then the hot broth. The hot broth is mild, medium, or like inferno. So we obviously weren't going to pick that one. So we picked medium, which is like the second level of hot. And everyone's kind of like looking at us like weird, but whatever. We ordered it. Baker and Carrier showed us how to make the sauces or whatever, which was fantastic. And then I'm sitting there and like the broth comes and like this thing looks like the pit of hell. I'm like, this thing is as red as it gets. I'm like, wait a minute. So I said, hey Faker, like what did you order? Like what was your flavor? He's like mild. Like, oh no. So we got medium. And it was fine. Like if you like don't leave this food in there too long, it's okay. Josh decides to put the lettuce wrap into the red sauce, and apparently you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to only put it in the white. But Josh said it's fine. So it was sitting in there for like 5 minutes, and I take the lettuce wrap. I'm like, this thing looks really red. He's like, oh, it's fine. Like I eat it all the time in Korea.
Yeah.
I eat this lettuce thing.
Okay.
When I tell you this thing was like so hot to the point where I just started coughing profusely for 20 minutes. That's what
Okay.
happened. So I'm crying, I'm coughing. I'm telling the documentary crew to not turn the camera on as I'm like coughing profusely. Tucker spills the hot sauce on the table, so he tries to clean it up with a napkin.
Yeah.
And then as he's laughing at me coughing and having a coughing fit, and like he touches his face and his eye with his hands that now have the red sauce on them. So he starts crying and tearing up because he just poked himself in the eye. I'm coughing and crying. The documentary crew picks the camera up, is filming this, watching as the players look at me and just laugh at me as I'm crying and coughing and I can't stop. And then Josh just like proceeds to like take the other piece of lettuce and just straight eat it and like it's fine. So, note to self, don't go to Hot Pot with me. I'm not.
Okay. Very nice.
That story was just like instant validation of that poor hostess who denied you for the table, and you guys sit down because of Baker, and then you instantly start crying and coughing all over the table, spilling shit.
Yeah, it was. I understand now why I was denied the table.
Yeah.
They knew that like this guy's gonna cause a scene. He's gonna misorder, and that'd be a wrap. But and also too, it's like. It's good to be T1 because they knew, you get that discount at the end of the night for a photo. So hey, we appreciate the hot pot. So when you're in New York, go to the hot pot place because
nice.
They're big fans. So
it's fucking good.
That's my.
Do you know the name?
Story. I'm just trying to. Of the hot pot place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably. It's probably in my phone. Let me look it up just for you, LS.
Thank you.
I mean, not that you're ever going to go to New York, but
okay. What do you mean? I'm from Rhode Island.
It's in Chinese.
Oh, okay.
It's ER Hop. It's on 11th and 36th Street in New York. It was really good. And
okay.
The food was really good, and their service was awesome. And thank you, Faker, for. By the way, we ate at the same Korean restaurant basically every single day. BCD tofu every day.
What the hell? Oh yeah, because you guys don't like to change your meals, right? Korean players don't like to do that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, very, very superstitious. We also had there's a place called Love Korea, which is like in K-Town. They had like it was like a nightclub downstairs, but like a private area we could eat meals afterwards. So after we clinched groups, we went there and it was like playing all my kind of hits. It was like 90s hip hop, which is like for me, that's like the golden era of music. And that's where we had Carrie's birthday cake and everything. But yeah. Shout out to that location.
Carrie listening to music before he was born.
Yeah, what a way to celebrate the birthday.
Now the guys are like this song is I was -12 when this song came out. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, exactly.
That is different. I mean, I was enjoying it and rapping it and all that fun stuff, but
oh my god,
I'm bummed that Kamita didn't get a slot in LEC, but that's they need that person. There's a personality void in the LEC now, so they could use Kamito and the blue wall. But
there is a personality void.
Yeah, shout out to personality voids. But
all right.
Forrest, why are you a cat?
That is my online persona.
Oh, cat with a chair, like a chair cat.
just a cat, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I changed my cat photo based on the current vibes.
Nice.
This one's actually outdated. I'm currently Bjergsen's cat.
Okay.
I just recently changed.
You got to see Tucker. Tucker's got 3 like beautiful.
Yeah, you got to
cats.
use one of Tucker's cats for us.
Dude, I will.
They also have great names, like
his Twitter or something.
Like Luke Skywhisker.
Yeah,
let me Chrissy Costanza posts them all the time.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God,
go to Chrissy's Twitter.
Okay. Luke Skywhisker and Lando Catrizian and Obi-Wan Katnobi. Way to do it.
Okay. Based. Here, she posts them. I'll link it in the group chat.
Oh yeah,
there you go.
Them.
East
Okay,
versus West coaching differences. Oh man. Alice, you want to build a super team for scrims here this week? It's like it's tough to get scrim partners right now.
Jeez, yeah. What? Are you guys scrimming Eastern teams or NA teams right now?
Well, we're scrimming right now. When available, because of the whole like the rush and everything. The teams that are available to scrim, like that are in the event still. But like, I brought up a good point to Riot. I was like, why don't you like pay for like the other teams that have been eliminated if they will stay to like help prep the teams that are still there,
Right.
especially for like finals week.
It's just, I guess it's like something that's unprepared for, right? Because when Worlds is held in other regions, the teams are like, let's say, like when it's held in Korea, the teams that are still there are
Right.
a little bit of a higher standard than the teams that are in NA. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. Well, we can't even play Champions Queue anymore. There's nobody left. Like
yeah, there's no. I mean, it died after a week. It died after a week.
But like,
yeah.
The guys enjoyed it. I mean, it's funny though because like some of the teams, like especially on stage, were like, and then people leak the text chats that, like we're like trash talking prior to the match starting and stuff. But
oh, you mean Fnatic trash talking T1?
Yeah, but the best was when Bengi greenlit it to like let them do it.
Okay.
They did. Yeah, Bengi was he was trying to hold off on it, but then he let them have some fun. So
okay, nice.
Nice. Good, but yeah, no. Yeah, I mean, I wish. Yeah, there could be a lot of things done differently at Worlds, and format aside, but we just have to stay focused, not even worried about it, and just worry about Saturday, or Sunday for you.
Okay. All right. Well, I look forward to the games. I think Forest does too.
Are you gonna live view them?
Yeah, of course. I live view all of them.
Forest, are you in NA?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry to hear that. It's tough. Market.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to put it on your heart, buddy. Okay, if T1 wins, you're putting me on the street. Okay, just rest assured. Okay, when you go to sleep, if T1 wins, think about what you did to me.
I don't understand. Why would you be on the street?
Because I'm gonna have my mortgage on JDG.
Oh.
And a lien on my house on JDG. Okay, so I'm just saying.
Hey, but you know what? At least you own a house. Esports, that's a tough one. So you got a house.
Might not. I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty scared, honestly. I'm getting with every day I grow a little bit more nervous.
Do you? I mean, yeah. I mean, I would. I mean, I might be a biased observer. I wouldn't mortgage your house on that situation, but. It could be worse. You could be wearing an ass shirt like LS.
What? I'm wearing the mask shirt, Joe. How are you flaming it? It's the most popular one.
It's the logo on the sleeve. Come on.
Are you saying my logo looks like an ass?
I'm not saying it. The people in the comments are.
Wait. Wait.
That's a cop out.
Wait a minute.
Wait, hold on. Are your clips off?
No, they're never off, Joe. What streamer has their clips off?
I don't know. Are you a streamer? What are you? An entertainer? Part-time coach? What are you this week?
I'm a full-time fraud.
Full-time
exactly.
fraud?
Yeah, full-time fraud. Yeah, exactly.
Wannabe boy bender.
It's a fucking stage.
What you should have like no camera and be like, a picture of Kariba.
Oh, that would be a lot better. I agree.
I mean, I don't know, maybe. All right, sorry, I'm derailing your format. LEC format changes. I like them. Nice.
Okay, thank you for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's not going to change any Worlds outcomes. We don't play in conference rooms anymore, so there's a distinct gap for that. But
oh my god.
Hey.
Okay.
Go NA.
All right. Nice.
LEC.
Okay, Joe. All right. I will talk to you later.
Right.
I'll talk to you after the stream. Yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
All right.
See you guys.
Bye, Joe.
Yeah.
Yep. Bye. Mr. Marsh, most base CEO.
The go.
Love it. Yeah. It's fucking good. The go. All right. Where were we? We were at the future
of the homeless.
Oh, hold on. I have to do a CTA thing, by the way. Hold on. Twitch chat, listen. You guys might know that I am currently down $100,000, okay? Play money on the website, all right? But if we get people to join this Discord, the website will give me 20K more to play with. The website will give me 20K more, okay? And if I profit, I'm able to give that away to Twitch chat at the end of the tournament, okay? So Forest is live viewing with me this weekend. So, look.
Maybe we can do some recovery.
We're gonna... Guys, look. If enough people just click the link and join the Discord, they will give me 20K more to play with, okay? And then me and Forest can win it all back.
Yes, sir. I am also in need of having to do some coin recovery after this past weekend.
Oh my god. Don't get it twisted, guys. Me and Forrest are going to win it all back if enough people join.
You guys don't get it twisted because I am definitely twisted and LS has been twisted.
What? Shit. Anyways, yeah, join the Esports Bet Discord. I mean, even you don't have to do anything. You can just join the Discord. Also, you can sign up and you can play with Monopoly money in order to win actual money. I mean, it's totally fine. It's a free roll. But okay. Let's move on to the next topic. What do you want to go with next?
Okay.
So we did Future of NA, right?
We did LEC.
We did Future of NA. We did LEC. Or did we do Future of NA or did Joe join as we were doing it?
Well, I mean, there's really not much.
Oh yeah, I mean, we talked about the Academy stuff. Yeah, I mean, so Academy's gonna go remote. There's budget cuts, right, that are supposed to happen.
Yep.
So apparently on Reddit right now, there's a thread. Hold on. I don't know why. Okay, what is going on? Okay, so on Reddit, there's a thread right now that Peter Dunn is going to join Heretics.
I did see that.
Okay.
I did. You know, I'm just gonna say it. I did get a chuckle off him getting fired, and every coach on EG getting fired is alongside him.
Wait, every single EG coach has been fired?
Not every single. I mean, Rigby's gone, isn't he? And then like
Rigby's gone because of military, though. No.
Oh, is he? I don't know. I just thought he was gone. And then all three of their positional coaches left too. Left in quotation marks. And I don't want to say it, but there is a word for that when I feel like these things happen. Starts with an N.
What are you trying to get out here?
Yeah.
All right. What do you want to? Okay, nepotism is what you're getting at. But what happens what happens when the people that get hired are actually good? Would you still call it nepotism?
No. Well,
but it falls under the same stuff as nepotism.
Yeah, I guess it
no?
depends on the context, but
right.
I mean,
this is always one of the issues for me is like it's not. I mean, I think it's not nepotism if you happen to hire someone that is really good and competent, but that also just happens to be your friend.
Yeah, sure, but then it's less nepotism and there's more merit behind it, right?
Yep.
More so than just like, hey, bro, I need a job.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay. So for NA, yeah, I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen. What rumor? I mean, I don't know if you know any rumors that you want to talk about right now.
I mean, aren't there just a shit ton of contracts up? Like Bjergsen's up, Core JJ's up.
Well, wasn't Bjergsen released? He was released.
Oh, okay.
Right, by Team Liquid.
Hansama got released. Core JJ's up.
Wasn't Bjergsen? Yeah, Bjergsen, Core, Hansama, they're all gone. No?
Do you think
they're actually all gone?
Is breaking up?
Huh? 100 Thieves.
Certainly
I mean,
100
well, they
Thieves.
should break up. They should break up. The problem with 100 Thieves is like, look, they have one of the best brands in LCS, and it's not reflected because of their players and like the coaching staff. Like. I feel like I've been calling them 100 sins for how long? Because of the way that they play the game, and they were never going to get better. You know, like it's so weird. Yeah, the roster's uber limited. So I don't know. I don't know what 100 Thieves.
Rods type of guy, but yeah.
Okay, that's what you call them. Jesus Christ.
That's what everyone in my Discord calls them.
Okay, Jesus. Yeah, so I mean, 100 Thieves should do a total rebuild. Team Liquid seem like they're going the budget way, right? With everything that has been like known and announced. C9 will probably just
Whippo and Santorin, and then they're moving up Ela and what's his name?
So
the Academy
Isla and Yun, right?
Yeah.
Isla and Yun, yeah. And then so what else is going on? So Sven, we don't know if he's gonna stay support, but maybe he'll move to ADC, right? Because
has he expressed interest in wanting to play AD carry?
Yeah, he still wants to play ADC, but I think he said that if he couldn't join a top team, he would just keep playing support. But like, if C9 does anything in the offseason, I would imagine that it's either Sven leaving the support role and /or Jensen gets replaced. That's what I would imagine. If anything happens in the offseason.
Yeah, I don't think they should do much, honestly.
Well, I mean, it depends. It depends, like, if you know, like, do you just want to keep winning NA? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they lose Berserker, then Jesus fucking Christ. Like, if Berserker actually doesn't stay, yeah, Berserker is like, yeah, Berserker.
If Berserker leaves, Fudge should just go on the quest to win NA in every role. So he should just play AD and try to win his AD, and then like Fudge goes for like the fucking the hat trick. He's already done like the lower tier level of Xiaohu, where like Xiaohu won MSI as mid and top, but like Fudge has won, you know what I mean? Like then he can take it to the next level of really LCS Exodia type shit.
Oh God, Fudge. I don't know. I'm worried. I'm actually worried. Just in general. Well, I don't know. I feel bad. I think the whole Fudge stuff is a really good example as well of NA just in general. Because like it's really hard to say that he's not looking in the same form. You know, like even at Worlds this past year. And then I caught the tail end of Summer. And he had fine games in like playoffs. He did. He had really fine games in playoffs. But I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's hard, man. Time just keeps passing, huh? Time just keeps passing.
It is
Everyone's
hard.
getting
Time
older.
keeps passing. Yep, every day. Yep.
Okay. So what next topic do you want to go on to? I mean, I think that NA are I don't know. I don't think that there's going to be any org or any team that is actually going to try to make decisions to be internationally competitive. I do not think that there's any team or org that actually wants to do that.
What reason do they have to do so? Because like
I mean, I guess
to jump the gap from being top 4 to then being competitive, like the amount of work and money involved to jump that gap is so exponential. And like if you're already going to Worlds just by being a top 4 team, you're already getting the branding of being at Worlds and whatever the fuck. So like you're already making your sponsors happy enough to continue contracts. So it's like, is it really worth the effort to make that jump?
Right. And I mean, but then what are we really saying? Is that are we just accepting death? Are we accepting that it's terminal?
I think they've been accepting death for a while. Yeah.
I wonder if Europe is also going to be.
Even if some of the players don't think like that, like consciously, I think they accept it when they come here. You know what I'm saying? Like, did Perks come to NA with the actual conscious thought that he was gonna make NA a better region?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
exactly.
Of course not. Right.
And I feel like everyone just falls into that same thing where, like, even subconsciously, that's just the way it is, you know? And
oh jeez. I mean, let's segue this into East versus West gap. I mean, I feel like it fits. No.
Yeah.
So for me, the East versus West gap, I feel like this is the first year where everyone just sort of like accepts that it's happening. But I think that it's been there in previous years, but I think it was like hidden in some ways by the results.
I was kind of talking about it in my Discord.
Yeah.
And I think this year, comparatively to like the last 2, was the first year where I felt truthfully where like top 4 or 5 LCK teams and top 4 or 5 LPL teams, or we can even go lower, especially since Sandbox didn't make it over LSB and a couple of the LPL teams that didn't.
That's the craziest thing.
They would all seamlessly and effortlessly win NA and EU.
Yes, dude, that is the craziest thing, is look at DRX right now. They were like, what on earth? Like, Live Sandbox. Live Sandbox would shit on NA in EU. Like, what the fuck is going on? But also, even fucking Kwangdong would probably win NA. It's crazy, dude. I mean, it's crazy. You know, the thing that people, you know,
honestly,
dude, I want these boot camping orgs to stop. I want fucking the leaks to come out. I want the leaks to come out when the LCS and LEC orgs have negative win rates versus the academy teams. I want those fucking stories to come out from the players, but obviously they never will, right? They'll only talk about their records at, like, international competitions. They will not talk about how when they first come to Korea, they get some scrims versus the top teams. They get absolutely fucking blasted. And then they play the academy teams and they also lose.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
The LCK academy teams are better than most LCS teams and LEC teams. They are.
I think it was in a TL video when they boot camped in spring. They played against... At that point in time, they were scrimming against IG and FPX. And FPX, that was before Summit came back, so that was when the roster was in complete shambles and they weren't on a playoff team. And in the video or on Twitter or something, the TL players were talking about how they gained so much confidence beating IG and FPX, as if like they were like fucking Thanos, when those like aren't even playoff. Like, IG didn't make playoffs and FPX wouldn't have made playoffs. That split without Summit coming back, so it's just like... That's the bar. Right.
I mean, it's rough. Guy in chat says scrims mean nothing, but I mean, yes and no. It means something when you cannot beat the academy team. And you can bet your fucking ass that when they start losing to the academy team, that they are going to try to win the follow-up game.
Demoralizing as fuck.
Yes, it is so demoralizing. They are going to try to win. So then when they can't, yes, it does mean something, guy in chat. Oh my god, yes it does. It means something that the best creme de la creme of your players from your regions are mechanically inferior to the academy players in Korea. Yes it does. It means something. It is a big deal. Because guess what? Dignitas and Immortals are never fucking sweeping any of the top LCS or LEC teams.
The seven-figure players should not be losing to LCK Academy.
No. Yeah, exactly. Seven-figure players should not be losing to four-digit players. Absolutely. Seven-figure players should not be losing to four-digit, and yet they are when they come boot camp. So, like, Jesus Christ. Okay. So we can move into East versus West coaching differences if you want to. The problem is that I'm going to have negative things to say, even on the East, because it seems like people have an idea that the East coaching is actually superior. I would argue that it's not. And I know that sounds really weird. Western teams have more people that are strategically inclined a part of the rosters than Eastern teams in general. And that sounds really fucking crazy, but it's true. Like,
I don't know
Western
anything
orgs,
about Eastern teams enough to say anything about
right. So this is the thing that really pisses me off when people talk about the differences in Eastern and Western coaching. Western staffs are actually more stacked than Eastern staffs. They're way more stacked in terms of either like people that are a part of actually watching analytically the game compared to like Eastern staffs. I have horror stories about like Eastern staff coaching that I could like say on stream about like what actually goes on. The reality is
I think it is important to pay some homage though that like 50% of the Western, or at least NA staff, is OS staff. So we got to put some respect on OS. Okay, so don't just say NA coaching, it's OS coaching. Because I swear those motherfuckers be breeding.
Oh my god. But like, okay, so I mean, what did you want to talk about on the East versus West? I will say that in the East, they're not I don't know how to describe this. Heightened conflict or like emotional conflict is not shied away from the way that it is in the West. Now, the issue for this would end up being that there's a lot of things that... Fuck, I'm trying to think how I phrase this because I have to be really careful on phrasing this.
It's like a cultural difference, I think, right? Like the level of respect.
Well, cultural doesn't change if something is abuse. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
I mean, do you agree with that? I don't. You know what I mean?
What do you mean by abuse? What do you mean?
Like, so for instance, back in the day, I think it changed in like recent years, right? But like in Korean high schools, for instance, let's use Korean high schools. It used to be okay for teachers to like hit the kid. I mean, with like a ruler. Right. That's abuse. Right? That's abuse.
Obviously not good, but I mean, dude, in real life sports too, like Nick Saban be punching his kids in the locker room, and Alabama never fucking loses. So like, just putting that out there.
But I'm saying that there has to be a line drawn between abuse and like very serious like passion, like for whatever field that you're trying to like win or excel at. But like the other thing that's so fucking crazy is you have all these like documentaries and these tidbits and these interviews that come out even from like real sports about how some of the top players actually behave behind the scenes. With like how aggressive they get verbally and even physically, right? Like in real sport, like top athletes in their respective fields, because they feel so disrespected almost if their teammates aren't trying as hard as them, or like if their teammates don't want to try, right? That would make me lose my shit too. I mean, I think I've gotten a lot better over.
It's like a respect gap, dude. Like
right.
I feel like that clip of Maokai on EDG yelling at his players and like slamming the table and shit like that, and then all the players are like, none of us felt insulted or like aggressed at or whatever the fuck, and we used that as motivation and it kept us in the game or whatever the fuck and got us back on track. Whereas in the West, I feel like from what I've heard and what I can imagine, the players that are getting 7 figures and 6 figures, like they just don't respect their fucking like Platinum 1 coach who's telling them what to do, right? So then everyone's like, there's just too many hands in the pot, and then or hands in the kitchen, whatever the fucking saying is, and then
I imagine that it could be different. Like on TSM when Bjergsen was the coach, if Bjergsen acted the same way that Maokai did, it probably would not go over negatively.
That's actually good.
But it's because of Bjergsen's stature within the game, whereas Maokai's, it's literally just his age. Which that part's cultural.
That's what's weird because culturally in NA, I don't know if it's like an age thing, whereas the coaches themselves are similar age or not really that much older, but I mean, growing up and playing real sports in NA is the same way. Like, you'll never talk back to your coach or you're gonna get fucking punished or whatever the fuck. Like, you wouldn't even like consider talking back to your coach, and you just listen to him blindly. And it's just not something that happens. I don't know if it's like an age thing or a wage gap thing where people are just getting overpaid and they have an ego, or they think they're better off.
Right. Yeah,
Isn't that how it works in the East? It's like everyone automatically respects their elders or the person above them.
They will do something that they get told to do without questioning it. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the way it should be.
I disagree. With Berserker and Summit, I used to, it was actually an issue where, or like even Winsome, right, where I would tell them if they don't agree or something, they have to ask why, or they have to push back. There was actually an issue in where they didn't feel comfortable doing that.
Yeah, I think that's...
But I would keep trying to do it, but then they wouldn't feel comfortable, and so we couldn't actually, like... I mean, I think it takes time to break that cultural thing, right? But I've experienced doing that with Korean players to break the cultural difference, right? It takes a lot of time. It's not something that... I think Western idiots or clowns think that it's just something that you can have a conversation about once, and then you're done with it, right? There's a major difference between if the Korean players just don't respect you and thus they're willing to do it because there's not the cultural boundary, right? Whereas if the Korean players do respect you and there's the cultural boundary because they actually have respect, they're like something like that. I think that there can be an issue, and this is something that like I encountered. And I've had a lot of encounters with this over all of my time living in Korea, so I know that it's a real thing. And sometimes it leads to lockouts in conversations where a player just won't feel comfortable.
That's what I like. Don't get me wrong with what I said. Like, I think it's important for the team as a unit and all the players to be led in the same path. And it shouldn't just be like blindly led by the coach, especially if it's something that's incorrect or that could be incorrect. But the respect needs to be had for the person leading the unit to have the open conversation between the two if there is something wrong with that one point, right? And that's what I think is lacking, like you said, with like the lockout of conversation or like a player being told to do something and he thinks it's incorrect, and it very well could be incorrect. But instead of having the respect to have the open conversation and discuss what's right or wrong or what could be done about it or different like outlooks or paths to take to fix it, it ends up being like the lockdown, and then or the players like just automatically chalks up the disrespect because he's wrong on this topic, and then that's it, and then the unit can no longer be led as 5. So then the coach is kind of just like,
right,
what's up, guys? Here's your Starbucks.
For fuck's sake. Yeah.
Because even if the coach, even if the coach or the leader of the unit is fucking incorrect or oblivious to everything in the game, the unit as a team needs a figure to follow, and the players should be able to respect.
Yeah, but the issue the issue with this, right, is that there's so many politics in teams that okay, there is, dude, trying to be a part of a Western org is House of Cards. Being a part of an Eastern org actually feels normal in many ways, right? Like, I mean, I'll just say this, okay? So while I was in the decision period between T1, like what I was going to do, right? It's all very fucking public knowledge, many, many times over, fucking morons, okay? I had the legitimate choice to be the main strategic coach for T1 or to be a streamer, right? And the last part of my vetting process was that I needed Faker's approval. So, Faker approved me and told John Kim, who then told Joe Marsh, sign LS, or you can sign LS, right? And so then I spent the next, 8 weeks or something making a decision. I cast Worlds, I did everything, yada, yada, yada. T1's schedule is the best I've ever seen a part of a team, in terms of cohesion, how the players operate. The day-to-day activities are the best because it's clearly centered around being the best at League of Legends that you can be. It's not built around others. So scrims would start at 12:50 or 12. Okay, so you just have to be there at 11:50 or whatever, right? Sometimes people show up a little bit late. Sometimes people show up a little bit early. But as long as you're around that time frame, it's fine, right? So players would walk into the building at 12, right? They'd all arrive at different times. Then you'd have the scrims, and then there would be a break. There'd be the VOD review and stuff, and then you have lunch. So you have lunch. Everyone eats together. All the players eat together. They all go up to the cafeteria. They sit with the coaches. Everyone eats together. Same fucking tables. Everyone talks. Typically, the players are watching VODs of the games, or they're watching highlights, or they're watching YouTube videos of mechanics or features. And they'll talk about the game. And then there is a brief break period where they can do whatever they want, right, together. Typically, some of them break off and hang out together, and then there's the scrims again. Now, sometimes in between this break period or something, they'll go and do something that's not in the building. Then they'll come back, and then they'll do the second block of scrims. And then after the second block of scrims is or at least at T1, it's the workouts. So at 10 p.m. or 9 p.m. or something like that, they would go. Whoever wants to would go and do exercise, right? And then after that, it's whatever you want, free time. Until 3, 4 a.m. And then the players would go back to the apartments. They'd go to sleep. So it's just purely about League. And it's purely just like bonding, and the way that the day is set up, it's fucking good. But everything is so streamlined and just straightforward. And then the hierarchy is that basically, so at that time period, it was like what? It was like me, Pult, the translator, and there was another translator who is now, well, he was the translator, but he also did a lot of other stuff. But now he is the COO of the team. And basically what would end up happening is if there was anything that needed to go to John or Joe, right, John Kim or Joe Marsh, I could just tell Pult, and then Pult would relay it, right? There's no, like, fucking Team Liquid, like, weekly fucking, reports or whatever. There's no, like, papers that I have to, like, write up and, like, all this other shit. I don't have to, like, fucking have, like, whatever, right? And now, obviously, I would talk to Joe whenever he wanted, right? If he called me on Kakao, or he, like, he would, call me, message me, whatever, right? I would just talk to Joe whenever he wanted. But there was nothing like this, like, hierarchical, that's not even a word, but, like, structure that detracts or takes away from League of Legends for myself or the players. And anything that would just go through Pult, who was dual role of like kamdok, which is Korean word for like head coach, but also just main coach, and then he was also general manager. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no. Yes, dude.
Yeah.
I saw someone in chat mention how that 10-hour schedule is too much and that sounds miserable, but like, dude, that's how
No, because we all like it.
Yeah, that's how every aspiring, like, to get to that level.
That's
like,
what I want.
Think about, like,
yes.
A D1 school of any in real life sport. It's all the same. Like, every player to get to that point, like, you have to be so obsessed with what you're doing, and then to get to the level beyond that, or even to the level of fucking pro, you have to be willing and able to do that. Like, that's how it is.
Dude, I mean, it drives me insane. If I cannot just play League of Legends and do 1v1s and fucking do the scrims and do the fucking VOD reviews with like if I couldn't do that and not everyone wants to do it, then I'm also going to be put off, like severely put off. You know what I mean? Because I think it's infectious. I think it's very infectious. I think it takes a lot of mental fortitude to be able to be in environments like that where that's not the case and then still remain steadfast in your pursuit.
Yeah, I think the difference literally just dials back to fucking wage gap. People are just over fucking paid and there's no desire to actually get better because, like, dude, if you're an average player in NA and you play like shit and you go 8th in playoffs for the fucking 4th split in a row, if they want to put someone in over you, you're gonna get like a third of a pay cut.
Forrest, oh, I gotta pause. Geezer says 10 hours of League is not beneficial to nobody. Shut up. Yeah. What do you think the gap comes from? What do you think it comes from? It's not 10 hours of just work in League to them because they enjoy it. Do you not get that? Man, they enjoy it. For people that don't enjoy it, that's where 10 hours is too much. 8 hours is too much. We should have 6 hours. Actually, here's the psychological study. What? Go ahead, sorry.
This Stage Mode said, I worked as a cook 12 hours a day. It's slavery. What are you saying? Yes, it's slavery if you aren't completely obsessed with being a cook and you don't have aspirations to be like the fucking a chef at a fucking top tier restaurant.
Yes, exactly. Yes, the people pursuing the absolute excellence, the absolute peak of the mountain, will never say what that guy is saying. They will never say it, ever. And look, I'll be honest, I've lost it. Absolutely, I've lost it. Modern day me is a fucking joke and a clown compared to 2018, 2019, 2020 me. I know that I've just lost it because I also realize it's not worth it. So now imagine players put into environments where they also realize it's not worth it. Because their teammates or the staff or the fucking day-to-day, whatever, the way that the day goes, it's just not worth it. Because you can't do what you want to do.
Yep.
So, I mean, look, a lot of people, one of the main, so I'll segue this into something about myself really quick. One of the main complaints that people have about me is that I stop talking as much about the game as I used to, right? Compared to like previous versions of myself. And it was because I realized that it doesn't matter, man. How many times can I show people how fucking bad their itemization is? Or how fucking just brain damaged their runes are? Now, some people might say, oh, itemization and runes aren't important. Gameplay's important. Itemization and runes are access to a player's subconscious, because either it is the perception of what they think is happening in the game, which is not reflective upon watching the game itself, or it is an absence of how much they are thinking about the game, which means that it gives you something tangible to actually grab onto that allows you to begin deconstructing their core foundation of the game. So when you fucking idiots, or any idiot, start saying that items and runes don't matter, you just don't even get it. You can't even begin to get it. You like you would have to be educated on how to even begin to understand on why it matters as much as it does. I'm losing my mind right now. I'm losing my mind.
Tell how bad you'd hit the table. Just give it a
Dude,
good fucking slam.
I can't. Now, sometimes I still do old stuff that I used to do personally, right? Like the coaching sessions I was doing with Zamudo, right? Like on Champions Queue. But that was because I was excited, right?
Yeah,
because I felt like, holy shit, this kid is so fucking good. He's so good. I was excited. So it brought me back to my former self. And it's not that I don't possess the ability to still look at the game or problems. I mean, I think it's really odd how slow everyone is. Even still, like at problem solving, like things in the game, like champions that are good, metas. Everyone's just slow. Everyone's playing like they're inebriated. But like there's no point in doing that. Especially not when people tone police you. I mean, you understand tone policing. Look at the shit that you get because of the way that you type on Twitter.
Yeah.
Fuck me. All right, I got that out. Sorry about that.
With all that.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, let it out. Hit your table one time.
You fucking
I'm serious.
can't,
Just
man.
give it a good
I
fucking
can't.
give it a good fucking punch, dude.
I can't. I just can't. I absolutely can't. So, like, here, I mean, we're going to talk about itemization at Worlds and why it's so important. If someone is consistently building Oblivion Orb because they claim that the opponent is healing a lot, okay, that means that they have a fundamental belief that the amount of healing that the enemy champion is doing in the game is a lot, which means that the images that flow through their brain and their perception of the game and what will happen is at that baseline. The item can then show you that that is not what is happening, which means that their fundamental belief is flawed. Now that you know that the fundamental belief is flawed, it means that the way that they are problem solving or arriving at conclusions is flawed, which means that you cannot have a direct conversation with them without first fixing that flaw.
Yes.
Why is this so hard to understand? It's not just her items are fucking bad. It's if this person can't accept that the item is bad here, even when demonstrated as such, I cannot have a conversation with them elsewhere. Yes, that's what it is. How am I going to have a...
Decision making is off.
What?
I said, yeah, I mean, it just indicates that the whole flow chart of decision making is off. So then, like...
Yes, there is something flawed in their formula. So then how can we discuss math problems? We can't. Because any answer that we actually get is not super sound. Me. All right, let's actually segue. Itemization at Worlds. You fucking.
Can we talk about Frozen Heart's second item, Fiora?
Go ahead.
No, that was it. That's all I had to say. That was the whole thing. That's it.
Dude, if she... Okay. All right, you're doing me dirty here by holding back on the Oblivion Orb. You're doing dirty. Oh, man. I mean, okay. Look, I don't even understand it. I actually don't. What game was it? It was, what game was it?
The one they lost from 10K Gold League where they trade Aerosol for Baron.
Wait, what game?
RGT 1 Game 2.
Game 2? Okay, let me look at this.
It still pains me deep inside.
All right, I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking
at
it right now. So she's against... You can't even make the argument that she's against all AD. So, like... But also, Jace is outranging you, and so is Xayah, no? Like, what is even the point? Dude.
Go look real quick.
Wait, it's third item, Frozen Heart. I mean, it's bad. It's so bad. Just go. What is she doing? She has full lifesteal, no? If she wants to team fight, just go Death's Dance. This is gross.
Dude, it is so bad.
It's gross. It's really gross.
Dude.
Yeah,
okay,
I mean,
also,
they were super far up. Huh?
Also, that's one. Can we talk about why the fuck Malrang is going full AD Lee Sin? Does he hate fucking winning?
You mean full tank?
No, dude, he's building fucking the goddamn Umble Glaive on Lee Sin, first item.
Oh god. Well, I mean, that item is bait, by the way. That item is so bait and competitive. I mean, I don't know how you feel about it. I hate the item. I hate it so much because again, it is a similar argument to when people like rush another item and then say that its stats are good. The stats don't matter because the stats are not really that different from what you would get from another item. You know what I mean? Like or the trade-off in delaying a more powerful item is oftentimes not worth it, right? That's actually one of the main arguments against Chempunk. At least I think in general. But no, I mean from Umbral Glaive into and/or full tank Lee Sin, I think both variations are just absolutely terrible. I think they're so bad. I think that full tank / like Enchanter Lee Sin, which was what season was that? 9 when Ardent Censor and stuff was still in the game. Not Ardent. Was it? Actually, I don't remember. What was the Lee Sin that SOFM did where he built tank, but actually I think it made sense because his base damages were so high, so that when you built tank and you built like utility items with your shielding and healing, you could actually just provide a lot of value to teammates.
The way I look at that is the same way. Like, okay, just like quickly, I think it's just like a weird fundamental disconnect of not understanding the purpose of the champion that you've picked inside the role of the team that you're playing, along with the other 4 champions. And it's like Lee Sin's role in that team, the only thing that he provides that other jungle champions can't would be that he can fucking insec a carry or some shit, right?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
He's never going to be out damaging as of any other bruiser that you could pick. He's not going to even out damage fucking Sejuani. He's not going to out tank Sejuani. So you literally should be building nothing other than items that can assist you in accomplishing the goal of insecting the enemy AD carry. So like a fucking GA and a goddamn like gore drinker or something. I don't know.
Right.
And that same thing is the same thing I think about when I see people pick Renekton and then not go Blade and the lethality item, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah, he should go Glass Cannon.
Yes, because
if you're
just
go Glass Cannon
and go Gore Drinker, whatever the fuck, why are you even playing Renekton? And it's like this weird
yes.
disconnect of not understanding the real purpose of the champion inside the vacuum of the other 9 champions and the role that you have to provide in the team.
God. And this is why itemization is so important, is because it gives you access to the person's subconscious. It lets you see that they're not fundamentally getting something. That's why it's so fucking cool. And I don't know why people don't care about that more. Like, I don't disagree with people that they're right and that the itemization might not affect the outcome of the game, right? Or it might not affect a trade. And because in some instances it won't. But that's not why I harp on it. Fuck. But no, I think what you're saying is right too, because it's so obvious that Renekton should just go Glass Cannon, and then he should rely on Dominus and the EHP that he gets, right, from his
just
healing. And yes, exactly. Yes. That's what he should do. Yes. Rely on his... God. I hate this. Oh my God. I mean, there's so many itemization nightmares, man. I mean, other itemization nightmares are like 80 carries that take, what is it, Ingenious Hunter when they go Gale Force, and it's like, dude, you are never using that item off cooldown. You are never, ever using it off cooldown. There is zero fucking chance that even with all the Ingenious Hunter stacks that you will be able to absolutely play in a way that you will need Ingenious Hunter for Gale Force CD.
Like 75% of the games go past 30 minutes and 80 carries aren't taking Gathering Storm.
I hate everything right now. I hate absolutely everything. Oh my god. Oh my lord. Oh, you know the other one that I really like, right? Is all the mid laners that played with cookies for the past 9 months, right? Now all of a sudden it's dematerializer, right? Why do you not just want the ability to cheat 3 minutes in game at fucking late game? Or even mid game. You can cheat 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes by having futures. Why do you not want that?
It would be so bad to get
minus 50 gold.
Minus 50 gold, and it would be so bad to buy your 1300 gold item that you need for laning phase 1 creep wave earlier, giving you room for error.
No, it's more than 1 creep wave. It's more than 1. You know that, right? It's more than 1.
Oh,
it's 1.5.
Like, what, 1.5? Yeah.
It's 1.5. Yeah, it's 1.5.
It would be so bad if you get ganked and it fucks up your timing, but you could actually get it early. It would be so unfortunate.
That would be terrible. That would be terrible that you're not Chovy, so you can't have 3 items at 25 minutes every game, but Futures Market lets you do it. Imagine Chovy having 3 items at 22. Or like three items at like 23. You know what I mean? Like dude, Chovy with the rune.
Listen here.
Yeah?
You could also get 2 control wards with it.
Wow. Jesus Christ, dude. Who he would never even finish the recipe.
Good shit. Good shit, King of Boros. Good job pointing that one out.
Oh my god. Oh my god almighty. Jesus Christ. Taxlane says, this is a good podcast. 2 guys agree over and over. Yeah, not every... I think what you're looking for is a debate, by the way, Taxlanes. I think that's actually an alternate word, by the way.
Here? Like, what do you want?
Let me enlighten you on the English language. You're looking for a debate. A podcast does not explicitly mean we're going to disagree. Oh my god. Well, this is the Brotherhood of Virgins, if you didn't know.
Oh.
Remember? We got coined that by Huey's girlfriend.
Oh my god, yeah, we are the Brotherhood of Virgins.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Greetings, Alice. You be looking great. Dude, I haven't shaved in 2 weeks. It's down bad. It's almost 2 weeks, actually. It'll be 2 weeks Friday.
I'm just checking real quick.
Yeah?
It looks like right here, all 5 games of EDG DRX went past 30 minutes, and neither AD carry had Gathering Storm unless they went first strike. The one game they played Ezreal.
Nice.
Isn't that lit, actually?
That's lit, actually, yeah. That's actually really lit. Oh, someone just made a comment on my appearance. Let me tell you something really fucked up, okay? So I went to a hospital 2 days ago. One of the base T1 employees helped me out. And I found out that I get this is gonna sound really fucking gay. So I get polynucleotide injections into my skin to help with the collagen retention and other stuff as I continue to age, right? And then I get I don't know the exact name of it. It's called like ISH injections. Which is another thing for like skin, right? Now, okay, yes, my chat knows. Polynucleotide injections are salmon sperm. But anyways,
nice,
right? And let's talk about Gwen's Fuda milk while we're at it. But like, okay,
and like some Fuda milk injections.
So I went to the doctor the other day. In one of the injections, my skin got discolored under both my eyes. It got like brownish and green, and it never went away for like a year. Even though I had like laser treatment. So the doctor was able to actually fix it the other day. And I was finally, dude, I feel fucking nice about that. But also, some of the injections didn't take, and they were still just sitting underneath the skin of my eye. And so she had to dissolve them. Fixed.
I have no idea what led to this tangent.
I don't know. I just wanted to I just wanted to tell you something not about League.
Yeah,
all right, whatever.
Cool, like,
all right.
Like fish come and whatever. Yeah.
Okay. All right. What are we moving moving on to? Oh, let's talk about Worlds results. Let's move there.
Okay. This is
all right.
Okay. Where you want,
so yeah, let's talk about how ForestWithin and I will donate.
Crushed Rogue. Yeah, JDG crushed Rogue, dude. Do you see that series? A clean 3-0.
Fucking-
All right,
Holy
let's go ahead and
shit.
move on to Neace. I think we're done.
So, what do you actually think is going on with China, by the way?
Okay, well, I don't want to cop out, obviously, because T1 did shit on RNG, and EDG did get reverse swept in a very embarrassing fashion, and to be honest, they did get 4-1'd. But they had COVID. Okay, they weren't scrimming the whole week. Okay, hold your copiums. I'm not coping. I'm gonna cope on RNG. I'm not gonna cope on EDG because EDG got 4-1 and they looked really stupid. Okay, EDG deserved to lose. They suck.
What about TES?
Okay, I said coming in to Worlds that TES was by far the weakest LPL team, and if anyone was gonna flop, it was gonna be them.
Okay, all right, that's good.
So I don't really.
Okay.
I don't really.
And do you think JDG actually beats T1?
I need to watch the games more closely because I'm watching them tomorrow. I haven't watched them other than when I watched them live. So I can't say for sure. I'm honestly like if I had to decide right now, like if I had a gun to my head and I had to make a decision, I would say JDG is going to win. But with that being said,
yeah.
I'm going into my review session tomorrow knowing that I'm able to swap and I'm looking for reasons to go either way. If that makes sense.
Okay. All right, hold on. Before we move on to the other fucking matchup, hold on. I gotta do the CTA again. Nice, guys. If you listen, Forest and me will be live viewing this weekend. Okay. Forest lost a lot of coin last weekend. I lost a lot too. I'm down 100K play money. Okay. I'm down 100K of Twitch chats money.
I'm down real money.
But if people join the Discord, we get 20K more Twitch chat money to play with. Okay? And any profits that me and Forrest can manage to win is given away to Twitch chat at the end of Worlds. Amazing. All right.
Like fish come and whatever. Yeah.
All right. What are we moving on to? Oh, let's talk about Worlds results. Let's move there.
Okay. This is
all right.
Okay. Where you
so
want,
yeah, let's talk about how ForestWithin and I will donate.
Crushed Rogue. Yeah, JDG crushed Rogue, dude. Did you see that series? A clean 3-0.
Fucking
all right,
holy
let's
shit.
go ahead and move on to Neace. I think we're done.
So, what do you actually think is going on with China, by the way?
Okay, well, I don't want to cop out, obviously, because T1 did shit on RNG, and EDG did get reverse swept in a very embarrassing fashion, and to be honest, they did get 4-1'd. But they had COVID. Okay, they weren't scrimming the whole week. Okay, hold your copiums. I'm not coping. I'm gonna cope on RNG. I'm not gonna cope on EDG because EDG got 4-1 and they looked really stupid. Okay, EDG deserved to lose. They suck.
What about TES?
Okay, I said coming in to Worlds that TES was by far the weakest LPL team, and if anyone was gonna flop, it was gonna be them.
Okay, all right, that's good.
So I don't really.
Okay.
I don't really.
And do you think JDG actually beats T1?
I need to watch the games more closely because I'm watching them tomorrow. I haven't watched them other than when I watched them live. So I can't say for sure. I'm honestly like if I had to decide right now, like if I had a gun to my head and I had to make a decision, I would say JDG is going to win. But with that being said,
yeah.
I'm going into my review session tomorrow knowing that I'm able to swap and I'm looking for reasons to go either way. If that makes sense.
Okay. All right, hold on. Before we move on to the other fucking matchup, hold on. I gotta do the CTA again. Nice, guys. If you listen, Forest and me will be live viewing this weekend. Okay. Forest lost a lot of coin last weekend. I lost a lot too. I'm down 100K play money. Okay. I'm down 100K of Twitch chats money.
I'm down real money.
But if people join the Discord, we get 20K more Twitch chat money to play with. Okay? And any profits that me and Forrest can manage to win is given away to Twitch chat at the end of Worlds. Amazing. Guys, don't know me, please. Guys.
Free money. Free money.
Free money, guys. Free money. It's potentially free money, or it's minus 120K. Like, Jesus.
Forrest hates T1 and would talk about how bad they are on Discord. Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
tell me about that.
All year that T1 is
DC
shit
Inside, you guys
because
listening? Okay, go ahead.
They have, I mean, all year, and I'm sure fucking LS wouldn't even disagree that they just found ass backwards ways to win games that they have no right winning all year.
Yes. Yes. Unironically, yes.
I don't know what this guy was trying to expose me for here, because I mean, yeah, they just won ass backward ways all year.
Dude, their drafts are so consistently losing compared to the enemies, and their game states are so consistently behind.
Yeah, what's funny
and then
because...
it's just like, well, Herther, we got fucking Zeus Kyriaguma Faker owner. We're gonna outplay you in the team fight. Like,
yeah, they kind of function similarly to JDG, where JDG will kind of like fuck around and have fun, and then like they randomly decide that they need to start trying to win. So I think the series will actually be fucking really sick because both teams are kind of experts at fucking off and then figuring it out. So
it's gonna be based. I look forward to it. You're gonna be the JDG supporter. I'm gonna be the T1 supporter.
It's gonna be a sick series, yeah.
It's gonna be fucking good. That'll be very good. Okay, that's good. That's good.
I think talking about that matchup blind is like without reviewing the games. And I was pretty hammered watching them, so I can't really say too much. But I think T1 really falters when Zeus doesn't like bend over his opponent.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, they won one game where Zeus was getting completely annihilated.
Well, yeah, because RNG traded Air Soul for Baron. And then decided to get aced after giving the Baron as if it wasn't enough.
But they were chasing the 93%. How could you fault them?
They were chasing 93%. And then they used that move speed from Air Dragon to chase T1 down and then just get wiped.
You know what I didn't get is why. So when I do the live bettings, right? I was wondering why like the odds didn't reflect that they were 93% favorites. You know,
I was even talking about it. I was sitting with Mo and Sanch, and we all bet RNG to start, and then at like 25 minutes, we were like, dude, they're gonna fucking lose. Like they're not fucking progressing the game at all, and this game is. Like, these odds are not real. It was like 20x or something. It was like, dude, like, let's just fucking bet T1. Like, this is stupid. And then, yeah.
Oh, you guys did that at those odds?
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay. Sounds good. Okay. All right. What other Worlds results? Oh, Genji Damwon.
Dude, I'm so fucking sad Damwon lost.
Dude.
I would be on a yacht. If Damwon won.
Oh my God.
I would be talking to you from a fucking yacht, getting fed grapes from Instagram celebrities, dude. Like, I would be living the fucking best life ever.
Nice save. So, let's talk about one of the like really obvious standouts, right? From that series. Like, Peanut played so good compared to Canyon.
Okay, I can sense the sarcasm in your voice. I do want to say, on that note, while Canyon is a fucking psychopath and played out of his mind, that game 5, everyone was flaming Peanut for getting like gapped by Kane or whatever. But I think it was like really under noticed and no one really talked about it. Where when Kane was, because that's why they picked fucking Syndra to have 3 like super prio lanes so Kane could run around and do whatever the fuck he wanted.
Yeah.
Peanut was like very deliberately avoiding face checking the brushes where he knew Canyon was taking the camps to not give free stacks to Kane, and then Kane didn't get his form until like fucking 25 minutes.
Yep.
And I feel like everyone was so quick to just shit on Peanut, but it was like,
yeah, that was one of the better things. I mean, the thing that I tweeted about was that he choked like 3 smites or 4 smites in a row, and even the last one he actually choked the smite, but he got the Baron. Because
that's
either Canyon got the Baron bug, where you have your mouse over the Baron, but it smites the champion, which many people have shown images and even videos about this bug that exists. Either that's what happened, or Canyon actually did just have his mouse cursor incorrectly placed.
I mean, it was a big pig. Peanut was a
Yeah, it
very
is.
good
I mean,
teammate.
yeah, I mean, it's fine. It was Nar. Didn't he smite Nar?
Oh, I thought he smited Sejuani. Either
No.
way. It's okay though, because even though Peanut missed like 17 smites in a row, JJ took it upon himself, feeling down for Peanut, and then decided to make him feel better by missing 40 smites in the series against fucking DRX.
Right.
In like an attempt to make Peanut feel a little bit better about himself.
Right. Well, the Dom 1 Gen G series, I feel really bad because I felt like I don't know. I feel good for Chovy, but that's literally it. Like, I felt like I didn't want anyone else on Gen G to win. I know that sounds real, like with everything that was going on in the games. Like, I want Chovy to. So the problem is that I want T1 to win Worlds. I really do. But at the same time, I also want Chovy to win Worlds. Just because I feel like it helps with the way that feeble-minded people give credit in the game, like to skill, But at the same time, like it feels bad for Showmaker and Canyon because they are easily going to go down as two of the best players to ever touch the game.
Well, on that light, I want to talk about in that series, I think Damwon was red side first, and they opted into Lucian Nami, and then they lost that game, obviously, because they had Lucian Nami, and then they select blue, and then they leave Yumi up and go Lucian Nami again on blue. And their coach is Danny, right? T1's old coach.
Their coach is Danny, yes. The T1 coach that did the magical chairs. Even whatchamacallit, even this past summer split, right, with the Nuggery, he was rotating Nuggery all the time, remember? With Bertle.
Yeah. Was he also the one rotating
all the T1 players?
Anna?
Yep. All the T1 players, yep.
Yeah, dude. I was so pissed after watching Zeus play like 2 games that year and looking like a fucking beast, and then Canna played the rest of the fucking games.
Yep. It's not good. Not good. But yeah. I mean those are the results. I mean, all right, so you think JDG will beat T1. Who do you think is going to win on the other side?
I mean, it's like obviously very easy to say Gen G is going to win, but I really don't think it's as big as a favorited match as the odds currently represent. Especially because I think this isn't really talked about in esports as much as it is in real sports, but the concept of team momentum and confidence is such a fucking huge factor.
Yes.
So, like, even if DRX is a clear tier below Gen G, T1, and JDG, because of the fact they are going against the odds and doing things that are just consistent in the idea of building confidence and hype and momentum, it allows you to play to the tier above. And I think it's fucking easy to see it in literally fucking Zika, dude. Like, he's a fucking menace. Just riding off pure fucking adrenaline and momentum. So I think the series is going to be way closer than everyone anticipates. And I wouldn't be surprised if DRX win.
Holy. Well, okay. I think I'm going to take Gen G in the series, but I would agree with you that given how the EDG DRX series went, and even the Gen G Dom one, I mean, I think that I don't think that DRX are actually that far behind, given their current shape. And I like the point that you make about the momentum and stuff, because I do think that is legitimate. But I don't know who all the teams are scrimming. Like, you heard Joe.
What?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's saying that, like, they're getting scrims whenever they can, but what the fuck does that mean? Are they just not scrimming the opposite ends of the bracket?
Or maybe he just didn't want to say who he was scrimming.
Oh, maybe. Ooh, good. Well, let me ask him right now.
I would assume that he's implying that he is scrimming who they assume is going to lose that matchup.
Okay. Just sent him a message. I'll find out real quick. Jesus. But no, actually, that's a really good point that he doesn't want to publicly say who they're scrimming.
Because if he says they're scrimming Gen G, they're assuming that DRX is better and they're going to win.
Right. That makes sense. Okay. All right. Okay, so before we move on to did we do off season I don't think we did.
No.
So before we move on to off season and then the dessert.
The dessert.
The dessert. Let me go to the bathroom really quick. Let me go to the bathroom.
Sure.
All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna put on the national anthem, guys, while I go to the bathroom. BRB.
Yeah, guys, they're scrimming TSM. Yeah. Hi, Trim B. Trim B, someone at Worlds told me that you told them that you thought I was funny, and that made me happy. Thanks, dude. And I'm sorry you got 3-0'd. And I'm sorry I made fun of you getting 3-0'd. You played great. What games do I play, if any? I don't play any games anymore, bro. I haven't played League in, besides like a couple of normal games, in over a year. And I don't really play other games at all. Yeah, I can tell LS to turn me up some too. Forrest, please answer my passive income betting question on Twitter, I beg you. Betting on sports or betting on esports is not passive income, and it never will be. It is very much so a very full-time job, similar to trading stocks or crypto or whatever the fuck. Did we ever get your stream from the Lost 369 bet? No, I have not streamed. I currently do not have OBS even installed. It's coming, guys. Trust me. I'll stream, yes. I'll definitely play NA solo queue. Yeah, that's really something I want to do. You can only pick one site to bet on. What would it be? Due to contractual obligations, I cannot say which stream or which website I would prefer to bet on currently during this podcast. Who did I bet on for Hums Tarzan? Tarzan. I didn't bet any money, but I always thought Tarzan would win. The best Kindred build? I don't know, dude. I don't fucking play anymore. But I would imagine it's just Kraken, like Wits End, PD, or not one of those two, like Kraken PD or Kraken Wits End, and then some other fucking random item that's relevant to the game state. Forrest, what are you gonna do? Pivot into career-wise in 5 years if League isn't around and Riot is forced focusing on MMO? Yeah, I don't know. Because as it stands, I'm like currently in process of building a large-scale business that is capable of transitioning into betting on other esports. So I think I said earlier, like if League of Legends were to disappear tonight, I feel comfortable in like 3 or 4 months time, like being able to do what I do on League on like Dota or Valorant or whatever the fuck. Champs, you think Worlds team should be playing?
All right, we're good. Hello, I'm back.
Hello. Someone asked an interesting question when thinking about it.
What?
What champions do you think Worlds teams should be playing that they currently are not?
What champions? I mean, I literally made the Worlds tier list. So anything that's on. I mean, Ivern is one of them. The other thing is, for instance, is like Heimerdinger. Everyone is going to have a fetish for Heimerdinger, right? But there's, I mean, I tweeted,
sucks.
Huh?
I hate that shit. I think it sucks.
You think Heimer sucks?
Yeah.
I think it can't be
Ivern.
blinded the way that people are blinding it. But I mean, I tweeted the champions that people aren't playing against it. Like, for instance, okay, so Ivern is one of them because no one's playing Ivern. It doesn't make sense. Silas is everywhere right now in the meta, and Silas and Atrox and Sejuani and Jarvan, like all these like melees, right? And one of Silas's worst matchups that he can ever have in the game in mid lane is Alawi. No one's gonna play Alawi. Even though she's so well positioned into everything that everyone's playing, and she completely fist fucks Silas in mid. So like that's another one. No one is playing like Senna Seraphine, or sorry, Seraphine Lux against Caitlyn and Ashe, even though they can't play the game. Lux Seraphine against Heimerdinger also wins. Senna Seraphine against Heimerdinger. Karthus versus Heimerdinger. Karthus ADC in general.
Karthus is Heimerdinger, dude.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's making me so tilted. I mean, it's so strategically incompetent by most teams in Worlds. Like because people, I mean, okay. The current popular champions in World is not representative of current champion power level. If that makes sense.
I think the reasoning behind that, especially with some of these fringe champs that are like not normally played, is like the same reason like we talked about last time, where because Worlds has no losers bracket, and it is quite literally if you lose you're out, and you only have 3 games to lose and not a whole lot of time to practice or teams to even practice against. It's just worse EV to it's better EV to play fucking Nautilus versus Ashe Heimerdinger than it is to try to play Karthus or whatever the fuck, right? Like, just because you don't have to practice on it.
Right.
And, like, the comfort is just better valued than a pick that's actually much better.
Okay.
And I think that will always be a problem until the format of the tournament is better.
Oh, hopefully it changes next year, the format. I mean, I would hope that the format changes next year, but yeah.
Every fucking other game does double elim for their international tournaments.
Well, I mean, the funny thing, by the way, is plans and groups featured a lot of bruiser supports, right? Tank supports, engage supports, and now that we're in the actual important stages, all the enchanters come back. I wonder why. Weird.
Well, I think everyone realized that you can't play fucking
Leona and Nautilus versus good players,
yeah, and you need a Philios Lulu to kill the 4 melee champs on the enemy team that all have 4,000 health. Yep. And Caitlyn really isn't gonna cut it.
I hate this. Oh my god. I fucking love it. Okay, so let's move into the real juice. Okay, let's move into the cake. All right. Where do you want to begin?
Okay. Big man Neace.
What do you want to So I have been blocked by him on Twitter. So he made a tweet. I wish I could show the tweet. Let me see if I can show you. I'm going to share a screen with you. I don't know how the fuck can I get to his. Here, I'm going to share a screen with you.
Mode, bro. You
Incognito? Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm a noob. All right, here. Incognito. Let me see if I can find it. I'm sharing screen with you.
Yep, I'm in.
Okay, let's see. Oh, fuck. How do I get past this?
Oh, looks like they don't allow noobs to use the incognito mode anymore.
What the fuck? How do I get past it?
I think it's legit RNG when that pops up, by the way. It's like
That's
whenever
what I'm
Twitter
trying to do.
decides that you can't fucking scroll anymore.
Did he? Oh, this. You see this?
Okay, let me see.
All right, here. I'll show it on stream. How do I turn on display capture? Okay, it's this one. He is at Worlds. You are a paid hindsight hero. How did it become a cultural norm? Okay, but can he actually just engage with what I said rather than being mad that I don't engage with him?
Well, he is spitting. Beryl did go 0-6-0 on Heimerdinger, and you were sitting in your T1 chair making fun of him. Okay.
That's true. Actually, that's really true.
Errol was
that's
out
really
there
true.
flashing
No, but
forward and dying to tier 1 turrets.
The thing that's so weird about the thing that's so weird about his tweet is that like it has to be ironic, right? It doesn't matter that he's at Worlds, That has nothing to
Well,
do with whether or not something's right or not. But he should get this, right? As someone that's a coach,
Well, see, I think
is
the
that
thing
it
now,
shouldn't matter about the credential. He's doing an appeal to authority that has no, like... But also, you know what's ironic, right? Is some of his follow-up tweets talk about, like, the game
also
and stuff, right?
Scrolling. Okay, never mind. You took it off stream. I was gonna say careful scrolling
Yeah,
because
yeah.
on incognito mode it won't hide.
Oh, it won't hide,
Like,
right.
If there's like a fucking cock on the tweet, it's not gonna hide it.
Yeah, then he says, the arrogance to talk so confidently about things like this is nuts to me. No respect for the players, and I say this as a solo queue coach. Well, I mean...
Okay,
but I'm not saying anything that's wrong.
I think
What?
before we dive deeper into this
Yeah.
specimen, that
What?
I think it's
What did you
I think what?
What did you just? Okay, go ahead.
I think after his debacle where he got exposed for lying about being challenger and like photoshopping an image and all of that, he has done the very typical like audible where he is now tweeting purely for attention. And I think that tweet is like an exact point of that, where like he is just quote tweeting you because you have a fan base and he is aware of the fact that you're going to get upset about it and show it on stream and talk about it and reply just to bring in influence back. So he's just like, he's just genuinely just being ignorant on purpose.
Well, yeah, but the weird thing with him coming at me that's so weird is that so I said this earlier on, right, at the very beginning of the stream. The thing that's really weird is that out of all of the content creators that flamed him, right, I feel like I had the most, like, lukewarm take to it, and that I said there's nothing that he's actually doing that's wrong, and that he's free to do it, but that I just don't feel right about it. I don't feel right because I understand that market. I understand who the major consumers are. It doesn't matter if you have a couple of one-offs that are very successful people and very, like, put together and all this other stuff. It is an irresponsible amount that is being charged. Like, but again, there's nothing wrong with it. You know, it's like one of those things. It's like if someone charges you a t-shirt and the t-shirt's $1,000, right? And it's like, yeah, I mean, look, I'll say this myself, right? I have designer stuff, right? I have fucking, you know, Louis Vuitton and well, mostly only Louis Vuitton. I have like Louis Vuitton stuff.
You're paid. Yeah, okay, continue.
And, but the reality is that it does for me what any other belt or shirt or pants would do, right? Essentially, right? It's just something that, like, you know, now I would argue that, like, that is actually more valuable than, like, a coaching session or something consumable. Actually, I'm a person that hates consumable things that disappear. I will justify a price being more valuable if something does not deteriorate. So, like, obviously a shirt lasts a really long time, right? But
yeah,
if I were to buy candy and I'm going to consume the candy goes away. So I actually have more of a difficult time, like, with, like, expensive foods or, like, things of that nature. Compared to, like, maybe stuff like that.
Yeah,
but anyways,
I think it should. Go ahead.
Yeah, go.
Finish your point.
No. I mean, the main point that I'm getting at is that, like, yes, those brands exist because they and they're able to charge that amount because people will buy those brands. People will buy those things, right? My issue is that as someone that used to be in the exact same field that he was and doing it, right, that my encounters, and he could say it's subjective experience, right? But I mean, you can go across so many other websites, talk to so many other public coaches and stuff, and see that there is a very consistent trend, and that usually the people that are buying coaching at that end, it makes me uncomfortable because it seems very irresponsible more often than not.
Yeah, I mean, I think that should go without saying. Like,
but I think he's also said that people shouldn't buy his coaching, or that he wouldn't buy his own coaching, right?
Yeah.
So to his own defense or whatnot, I will say that. Yeah.
Yeah, it goes without being said. Like, obviously, you're going to get 10 times more value getting coaching from like fucking Vigar V2's Patreon instead of
Yes.
Neace's coaching. Like obviously,
Yes.
like he's not. He would never disagree with that, and
I mean, I would hope not.
he would. I mean, he might now. Now he's turned the dark side, but I mean, he's the way I look at it is like I said earlier, like, he's simply just charging for the demand of his time, and
Right.
while
And
also
that's fine.
just looking out, yeah, which is fine. And
Which
I
is
think it's
fine.
fine to also
Yeah.
have like the moral issue with it, where it's like not so much that he's not scamming people because they're willing to pay for it. It's just like there's like a weird line where you're preying on the ignorance of your consumer base,
Mm-hmm.
and not being completely truthful. But even like he says, like he posts all of his shit on YouTube for free, and he would obviously suggest people to not buy it. So it's like, I mean, the way I look at it too is like, dude, if I was in his position and like I can fucking charge $350 an hour, like, I mean, I'm not gonna, like, if someone wants to fucking give me $300 for like an hour, I'm not gonna tell you no, dude. Like,
Right,
like,
exactly. That, I mean, that, interestingly enough, I mean, I stopped doing it even when my amount got to like 150.
yeah, and that
Like-
just depends on your own personal values of what the money means to you, right?
Right,
Or,
exactly,
like,
exactly.
or what other positions you are in to do other things to then bring in
Yes.
income.
Yes. I agree. Yeah, I just thought it was really weird that he decided to, like, dude, I should have the right to just not engage with or respond to certain people, right? So I don't know why he's so upset that I just choose not to react or like respond to him.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely just farming you for content at this point.
I mean, he's attempting to, right? I mean, I guess
Yeah.
this is the most that he's gotten
Well, he
out of
won.
it is me
Yeah, he
responding
won.
on stream. There you go. Yeah.
You won. I guarantee you, without a fucking fathom, without even an inkling of doubt, there's like 2% of the 3,000 people in here that are gonna go check out his channel and buy his coaching. So checkmate, Neace, you won, dude. Congrats.
There you go. Lovely. Oh my god.
And that's how, like, that's like the fucking whole marketing ploy, right? Like, that's why he beefs with Tarzan. That's why he beefs with you. That's why he fucking is now saying all these outlandish things.
Well,
because,
the
like, even if he
DMCA
told
stuff
him-
was deplorable, by the way, on Tarzan and stuff. I
Oh,
thought
don't
that
even know
was
what
bad.
happened with that. I don't
He
even know what
DMCA'd
happened.
Tarzan, unironically. He unironically
Oh, didn't
DMCA'd
Tarzan's
him.
Twitch get banned? Is that what happened?
Yeah, Tarzan's Twitch got banned for 2 days, and his
Yeah, that's
YouTube
pretty
got... the DMCs apparently got removed, according to Yusuke, because they were false. Oh, wow, I did not know that. Wow. Wow, okay. So, I guess the precedent thing that I said actually did end up coming true, but... Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just thought the Neace thing was funny, because I've seen you talk about it, I've seen other people talk about it, and then obviously there's been, like, lots of
I've tweeted
YouTube
about it a lot.
videos.
Before he
Yeah.
went on this weird tangent of just tweeting at everyone and typing in all caps,
Right.
I've always been just like, dude, it's a fucking open market. Like, I mean, the dude's making fucking money and people are buying it, and he's not like holding people at gunpoint. So I mean, that's how
Right.
fucking the world works. So like, wake the fuck up.
Right.
But
Right.
and if there's not other people that are taking advantage of the ignorant minds, or the people that are willing to fork out a shit ton of money from TikTok and YouTube,
Mhm.
and that consumer base is also too lazy or too ignorant to look at other more valuable options like Vigar V2 or just any random challenger player that would charge $20 an hour, I mean, that's
Right.
on them. It's not on Neace. So it's like, but I think all the shit he's doing now is like really fucking weird and cringe because he's like 35 years old, lying about being challenger.
Well, do you think the age thing's always been something interesting to me, by the way. The age thing's always been so I maybe this is one area where I'll disagree with you. I've never understood the age insult in esports. You know what I mean?
Well, like what I just said.
Unless so I agree with people on the younger side being like forgivable for some of their actions if it's like toxicity or like being just rude or like clueless, right, or like ignorant on a lot of stuff. I think that's fine, right, for people on the younger side of esports, like pros or whatever, right, streamers, content creators, etc. But I've never understood like why it's super bad for like, let's say, because people use age against Dom a lot, right? Because Dom's what, 32, 33? Dom is 32, 33? Something like that. I've seen people use age against Dom, that Dom is too abrasive for being 32 or 33. And I don't understand that. Like, there's not like a set age where you're now automatically no longer abrasive or whatever. It's just...
I think it's different, though. Like, when I think about Dom's persona and, like, his branding, per se, it doesn't come off as, like, legitimately childish.
Right.
I think it's, like, way more passionate and just, like, genuine to who he is. So, like, I mean, I wouldn't be like, oh, Dom shouldn't fucking flame people on Twitter for saying the LPL is bad. He's 32 years old. But, like, in Neace's scenario, he is very obviously going out of his way to act like a fucking child for some weird fucking reason of, like, insecurity or something. Like, where he's lying about being challenger, for example. Like, I mean, like, how fucking old are we, dude? Like, come on. Is it really that bad to just say you're a fucking grandmaster and not challenger? Like, what's the fucking deal here?
Yeah. I don't know.
That's the only reason why I would bring up age there, because it's like what? That's what I really don't understand.
He got caught in the lie and doubled down tons of times. The only thing that is weird is when other credible people came out and said that he was challenger. That's when stuff gets weird.
I remember playing with him when he was like grandmaster, like whatever his account peaked at. I think it was like grandmaster, like 500, whatever by the logs. I remember playing with him in grandmaster when I was challenger. So like he was very much so playing in challenger games, but like he himself obviously never got challenger. That's what's so weird, man.
Because you know Adrian, like... right? I feel like Adrian doesn't really like Adrian is in the scene for a really long time. Adrian Riven, right? The Riven OTP. Yeah. Well, he's not really an OTP, but Riven, he's known for Riven. Riven, or Adrian said in a tweet that Neace was challenger. So, I mean, it's like weird.
Like a
you could be misremembering. Like is that
misremembering? Yeah, because I mean, I remember being like fucking 800 LP and playing with him all the time.
Yeah,
because he was always in my fucking games. Because we beefed. I remember.
Okay. All right, that makes okay. Mandela effect. I mean, it could be that. Yeah, it could be Mandela effect.
I just don't understand his fucking desire to lie about it. Like, it's really not that big of a fucking deal, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's actually so weird to me. Dude, he photoshopped a picture, man. Like, come on.
Can you stop? High GM is a legit accomplishment in its own right. That's true. That is true. I don't know. It's fucking weird. All right, let's move on to the final topic, which is streaming money not lasting. This is the last one. We started talking about it at the beginning, but we said we made the list. Huh?
Yeah, we kind of talked. We kind of covered this already.
Okay.
But yeah, are you concerned with where League is going, or where your stream is, or have you thought about like if there was a doomsday, what you would do to transition? Or...
Well, I can retire. I'm probably one of the few like League streamers that can do that, or like even League personalities that can do that.
Would you want to?
Oh, well, I almost did. I almost didn't come back this past August, and then in my call with Riot the other day, I told them that this might be my last thing. Worlds might be my last stuff, and I've talked about it in therapy, and I'll talk with Joe Marsh about it when he comes to Korea in November. But this might be it for me. I'm not totally sure.
Damn, that's smooth. I feel like I only asked because I feel like your personality type, you would be bored if you retired.
Well, I mean, I would still do stuff right behind the scenes and stuff, but I would stop with I would stop because it's really stressful. What I think people don't see it as stressful, but it is. Like it's also really weird. The swings are also really confusing, and when I can't make sense of them. So like, for instance, I was eventually convinced that there was something really seriously wrong with me. beyond like me just being able to manage it myself, right? And I realized that I just was progressively getting worse the last few years, and I would tell people really close to me, like other streamers and stuff, I would, or like streamers that are also like really close friends, like Max and Sanch and Michaela and like others. I kept saying I'm gonna end up like BEGQUEL. And I kept saying it. I would say it in like really freaked out panic moments because I keep getting worse mental health wise. Nothing makes it better. And I feel like the stuff that I have to read about myself, whether it be in DMs, mentions, Reddit comments, that is just totally false or inaccurate or exaggerated, that then leads to me being more toxic and negative, like towards those people. I've constantly said this. I'm going to end up like BEGQUEL. I've said this for like the last 3 years because I just noticed that I'm getting progressively worse, right? And this past year was one of the most stressful points because I started becoming a person that really erred on the side of caution. And I started doing a lot of fail safes. I started like doing things to like I tried to move a lot of like my Twitch subs into Patreon, right? Because Patreon's really stable. It's like people that really just want to be supportive and like help out and everything like that. And so that was like one of the ways to help like manage some stuff. And I tried to do a lot of things different that I never did. And the issue for me is a lot of like what I do with like constantly critiquing things and trying to push stuff. It's because that's what I like. I like seeing improvement. Or like innovation, or like things move forward. But it comes with a lot of negativity because people don't like when people push back, or people don't like change, or like someone that wants to try to rip away the illusion, which is that like I think everyone thinks like pro players are like amazing, and it's like no, I mean I don't right.
People they look up to and whatnot. Obviously,
and there's a lot of things that have happened over the last 5 years, some of which is public, some of which isn't, that I think also like plays a part in it. And so anyways, this past July when I started therapy, well, technically I started looking for therapy in June. I talked to lots of different doctors, couldn't really find one, but I've been with my current doctor since July. And we're like past like what? I mean, we're going on 4 months, right? We're actually going on 4 months. Yeah, it's really good. So since being an adult, I've never had any clinical diagnoses or clinical rule-outs. And it was about 2 weeks ago because Reddit, Twitter, and like others had me convinced that I just must have a personality disorder. Like I must have like, now I have talked to a therapist in a non-official manner about 1 year or 2 years ago, that thought that I might have cyclothymia. Which is like bipolar 3, although it's not in the DSM-5, because of like things that I would describe and like events and moments and stuff that, you know, I would talk about. And, sometimes I would get friends, my current doctor, I've actually had, other people that aren't me, I've paid for their session to take part in my session, like one-on-one with the doctor, and they tell the doctor their observations about me. I've had that happen, right? Because I'm trying to really get what is wrong with me and what is going on. So anyways, 2 weeks ago or so, 3 weeks ago, I got clinical rule-outs on all personality disorders. I am not currently given a depression diagnosis, which I think is so surprising. Do have anxiety diagnosis. The not refusal, but no official depression diagnosis stems from... she thinks I'm extremely neurotic, and that the way that my brain works and the way that like I think about problems and that I assess problems, I obsess over things because of my anxiety. So basically my anxiety goes absolutely fucking berserk, and then the way that my brain works, I just constantly think negative thoughts super pessimistically, and that naturally makes me depressed, but that it's not actual depression. Like, a person who has depression would have. So I don't have a depression diagnosis, but I have an official anxiety diagnosis, and I have official rule-outs of all personality disorders, which helps because it narrows down and like allows us to target what should the therapy type stuff be like, or like treatments, you know? So I think in that way it's really good. But I think also the therapy is what's leading me to acceptance of like, maybe I just don't have to do this anymore. Because I think I'm a lot better when I'm not in LS mode.
Yeah.
Streaming all the time and dealing with people on Twitter. Like there was that tweet I made about Canyon, right? And if you read the comments were driving me insane that day. I don't know. I mean, I'll pull them up on stream if you want to read them together.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, sure.
Okay. I'll pull this up on stream. I will share screen so people
I
can.
just want to say, it's dope that you actively searched out help and it's going well for the last 4 months. Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was rough. It was definitely rough. The first like 2 months was really rough. And I talked to like a lot of people. Let me find this. Okay, so I made this tweet. Said, holy fuck, Nerves might have very well saved Gen G in the final decisive fight. Canyon's mouse was a tad too far to the left when he pulled the trigger on the smite, and it went on Doron when Baron was at 493. Peanut smited after. Even in this moment, Canyon wasn't choking like Peanut was. Okay. So then, in the comments, so the comment section, it's like dealing with these people was insane to me. How isn't having your mouse too far left to choke but smiting at the wrong time is? Both are a mistake. Was the action you're trying to take to get your team the objective? If yes, no, then you choked. And then it's like, what's the last sentence of the tweet? Even in this moment, Canyon wasn't choking like Peanut was. But dude, I had like 12 fucking tweets with like
the exact same
people
like,
that can't speak English. Like I don't know, but like the Reddit thread with the betting, I had to call my doctor at like fucking I don't even know. I had to call my doctor in the middle of the night. The Reddit thread had me actually going psychotic, like with anxiety and stress, because
Yeah,
it felt.
I can imagine.
Dude, I mean, it's so insane. It's so... Dude, EG has made like 40 tweets this month about fucking gambling, by the way. From the main Twitter account.
Did you see, my
like, what are we saying? What are we fucking saying?
Yeah, no, dude, it's fucking tough, though. Everything you said, like, I think it's really hard for people who aren't in content creation or streamers. Like it's very easy for them to just think that streaming is just like someone sitting down at their computer and hanging out and talking, because sometimes it is. For some streamers, it literally just is that. But then
right,
it's much more so a very mentally taxing event, and that very quickly and easily turns into a very downward spiral of mental health and disaster, where things pile on one after another. Because like you said, the fucking downward spiral of your analytics and numbers and your income changing, especially for those not in a position to where like they can afford to take time off.
Oh, dude, it swings. Like,
if you
let me just interject really quick.
You're good.
So basically, November, December, January are miserable months, right? Because there's no co-streams, and when there's no co-streams, unless you are like a natural 10K viewer Andy or something, you are going to have a very large swing when you're a co-streamer. It's just it's just how it goes, right? You're gonna have a very big swing.
Even if you're aware, like
right?
I had this problem. When I was streaming, I was very aware.
Yep.
And cognitive of the fact, like, if I wanted Twitch Rivals, I would have like a 1K viewer average for like a month, and then the next month I would be back to 400. And I was very much so aware of exactly why my viewership was dropping, and I had lost like half the income or whatever the fuck. But even while aware of it, it's so impossible and difficult to avoid the negative spiral of, oh, am I just like not as funny anymore, or is my content getting worse, or like,
this is the thing that I talked about in therapy. I actually specifically asked this to the therapist, that like, I have a lot of self-image problems because of my analytics. And what I mean by that is like, I'm not going. I know because of like Twitch report and like other analytics, right? And like conversations that I've had with Twitch, and like just League of Legends, right? Like even like the growth of like my socials and like all this other stuff. There's very few people in League of Legends that has had as much exposure as I have in the last like 3 years, 4 years. like to the community. There's very, very few people in Western League, right? Like for instance, in 2021, you know how like Twitch gives you the end of the year report? There was something like 4.9 million unique people that went through my Twitch channel. Something like that. It was some obscene fucking number. And then the other stuff for me is like my Twitter grew so omega fast. I got like 200K followers in like 18 months or something on Twitter, like an obscene rate of growth, and it actually happened too fast. And then I've always valued stability in community. There was actually a point when I was on my growth that I would tell Michaela like I don't want to stream because I don't want high viewership. Like I want to go back to when it was just like small community. Like I just want to go back to when it was small community. My income is consistent. It's stable. I'm not having to worry about all this other fucking type of shit. And because it would stress me out. Because when you climb, inevitably you must go down. That's just like a natural thing. And then when I can't make sense of the decline or when I can't make sense of the fall, I attribute it directly to myself and my own personality and my own character and my own demeanor. And then I start flaming myself behind the scenes. And this led to a lot of self-hatred, or especially in the last 2 years.
Even if you can exactly pinpoint why it's happening.
Well, like sometimes I can't. Like the MSI, the MSI, I don't know what happened. It is one of the largest. So I've been tracking my own analytics and others for the last 2.5 years, right?
Okay.
And the MSI anomaly is still something that I will never ever make sense of. So for people that don't know the MSI anomaly, typically all the co-streamers and live viewers have really consistent viewers. Usually it all stays, whatchamacallit? Usually it all stays like the same, like in terms of viewership, right? For live viewers, co-streamers, etc. Generally, there's one co-streamer that tends to be more popular than the others. So like in 2020, that was me. And then Double Lift started joining in 2021. And even at the end of spring, I was still like on ahead at the end of spring 2021. And I think that's like when Nemesis came out to Korea and like everything like that. And then summer 2021, stuff started to dip, not just for me, but everyone. And then 2022 came around, and I was on C9, and then everything was really good in spring. And then MSI happened. And the live views were really weird because MSI live views started out normal. Everyone was the same viewership, right? Everyone was the same. Me, Dom, Cadrol, Double Lift, right? We're all similar viewers. And then something happened where I shot up to 15, 18, and everyone else stayed the same. And I could never make sense of it, but it stayed that way through the tournament, like as the games would be on. And then even like just the idols for the games, like Joe, the producer, he would make like stream warm-up videos before the games would start. And even the viewership for that was insane, like the pre-warm-up, right? And then the viewership was like at an all-time high. May 2022 was my best analytic month ever. Even better than 2020, on everything, like literally everything. YouTube algorithm, YouTube viewership, Twitter engagement, stream, like viewership relative to like everything else, unique chatters. May 2022 was amazing. It was the best month, I've had. And then I take a break for 7 days. I come back in June, and everything is just gone, and I could not make any sense of it. And Joe couldn't make sense of it. I had other people look at it. I gave my YouTube analytics to Vandril. I gave my YouTube analytics to like other people. I literally contacted someone at T1 to ask to talk to YouTube Korea because I wanted to know like what is going on. It totally brain fucked me and gave me such bad anxiety that I could not make sense of the data and what happened, that I just directly associated it to myself. And then this also played a part like 2 weeks later, or 2 or 3 weeks later, and me taking the break and disappearing.
I saw a lot of people in chat saying that like, oh dude, like it's not that serious, like you're being too hard on yourself and shit like that. But like what you guys have to understand is like, to make it as a streamer of like the 0.01% of streamers, you're constantly looking at ways to make new content and produce better content or to do whatever in order to grow your stream and brand. So when you're actively doing that, the only gauge you have, or the only thing you have to gauge yourself on is your analytics. So like when something, even if there is a reason, like the meta swapped or an event happened or something happened completely unrelated to you, it's impossible to not look at that and then not put that on yourself and think that you're doing something wrong. And then especially when you pair it with negative comments from this or that, whether it be Twitter or YouTube or fucking Reddit, or it's just like, it's such an impossible downward spiral of negativity that will always just come back to you. And literally every streamer will talk about this. Like,
Yes.
it's impossible to fucking avoid.
Yes. So
And it can be something as random as the fucking algorithm not putting you in anymore. But then if you spent 3 months preparing a new fucking piece of content that you think is going to take off, and then the algorithm doesn't.
Well, right. So this is the thing that makes it so scary. Is imagine you have 3 really good months, you're an algorithm on YouTube, and you have relatively consistent income, right? And then you're like, man, I'm gonna do this fucking project. Everything's stable, everything's good, and then boom, you're out of algorithm. And then your expenses or like whatever you wanted to do can't actually pay for that or sustain it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely.
It is oh, it's fucking, I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyways, I think my ebb and flow over the last like 3 years as a content creator, live viewer, streamer, everything, I think it brought upon me a lot of self-hatred internally. I think a lot of people don't realize how much I think about a lot of the own stuff that I do, and then also that I struggle with like the reality that tone policing is just a real thing, but that's really difficult. Or like, I think that tweet is one of the best recent examples where it's like, it didn't seem to care. Like the fact that I was right, that I was having to explain English to people in comments. You know what I mean? It didn't seem like it was about that. It's just they wanted me to be wrong. Like, but fuck, dude, I can't.
Dude, I mean, this whole conversation is like one of the larger reasons why I wanted to stop streaming and do something that was like fully in my own control, and I wasn't relying on things that I couldn't control myself, like whether it be the algorithm or like streamer events or meta changes or fucking viewer retention or viewer approval or brand approval or whatever the fuck. Because I mean, that shit is just so toxic, dude. It's just like,
well, right. I mean, it makes it worse when you start directly thinking that it's associated with you directly, right? So like, it fuels my anxiety and stress and everything else that goes on.
Yeah, and the thing is like that's when the fucking downward spiral starts, because as soon as you start negatively thinking, then your content
chains.
Your content can actually become, or actually start becoming negatively impacted, and it's like,
it's insane. It's really insane, and I don't know what to. I don't know. I've talked about it a lot in therapy, so I don't know. So obviously we got started on this because I talked about how Worlds might be it for me, right? And I've said this before, but I think that like this year, with even talking about this with my doctor, and knowing like there's just too much that happened like negatively this year, and there's so much that I wish I could say that is just like secret and like private over the years, that it makes me really bitter and very negative. Things that just are so fucked up that I just sat on for so long. And there was just nothing. I don't know.
yeah, no.
So it's like, yeah, I don't know. I talked about this with Dom and Double Lift like a few days ago. I talked about both, I talked about this with like
awesome
Cadro, like
have like real help though. It's fucking a good step forward. And that you're having fun with this Worlds now, like.
I am having fun with Worlds though. I am having a lot of fun with Worlds. I really am. I like the guests that have all been coming on. I like the variety in all of it. Like Worlds has been really fun, and that also makes me think it's not always going to be like this. You know what? So it's like it's so good. You know what it's like? It's like when the analogy that I actually said.
There's like some,
that the night is too good to be true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, imagine you get invited to like a super millionaire mansion party, right? With like fucking butlers and chefs and like the music and the vibes and everything's like amazing, but you don't belong there.
That's how I'm
You know what I mean?
when I'm watching JDG win 3-0. It's gonna be too good to be true. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
Yeah, but no, I know what you mean. Obviously, there's like some worry, I guess, that it won't always be this way, or that you won't always be able to have this much fun.
I mean, I'm very lucky. I think I'm very lucky that I have the decision. I have the choice. Yeah, I don't know. I have the decision. I have the choice.
On that.
So it's good. It's good. There's a, you know, and I mean the top priority right now in my life is also my Korean visa, because that thing has literally been a nightmare since last year. Yeah. Are you still interested in transitioning to the Riot MMO? I think if I do keep sticking around, then yes, I will. I just don't know what to do, guys. I really don't know what to do.
Dude, that shit's never coming out.
What?
Dude, they're not gonna release that fucking MMO until like 2027.
No, it's fine. It's fine. But I don't know. Feels really weird. In some ways though, like my anxiety and obsessive negative thoughts, they still perma-consume me, which is still something that I'm working through.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
You're actively taking the steps to figure it out, and you're on the up, so in due time.
Yeah, I just don't know.
In
I don't
due
know.
time.
Fuck, now I'm sad. If you can retire, why not just do whatever I want? It's because it's not that I don't enjoy doing all of this. It's that I don't enjoy how unstable it is. And I don't enjoy the mental health trade that comes with it. Like, I mean, you guys, like, if you could see the mentions that I get on Twitter, the DMs, or even the DMs on like
let me tell you,
the Reddit thread, like I can't deal with that, but I have to deal with that if I'm gonna do what I'm doing.
Dude, you should have seen my fucking DMs the moment RNG got 0-3'd. Okay.
I fucking.
Like, yeah, you should have seen my fucking DMs. Okay, it was,
Oh my god. Sad. There's so much stuff I'd love to talk about. I've talked about this with Joe, my producer, Joe Harding. Talked about it a lot with him.
Joe.
Joe's really cool, yeah. Joe. So Joe actually brought up a really interesting point when we were talking. This is before he left, where I'm a person that usually prepares for the worst, like beforehand, and so it's not like I didn't already prepare for it or that I didn't account for it. Hi, Sanch, love you.
Hi, Sanch.
Shit. But no, I mean, maybe I'll talk about it with Joe some other time. I mean, there's a lot of fucked up stuff, for instance, that just doesn't make any sense. Like, for instance, I can be invited to LCS and LEC to cast, right? Okay. But I can't go on LCK. There's a lot of stuff that is like, what is going
weird.
on?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not weird. I mean, I know what's going on. But it's like, it's so weird. The industry is really interesting in a lot of ways. There's a lot of things that happen in the industry that just there's no logical sense. Yeah, I cast LCK for 3 years, and yeah, I can't go back.
I know what you mean, dude.
So, yeah.
Thanks, Sanch, for clearing the air on that one.
Yeah.
I think you should be happy about progress, though, dude. I think that's important.
Yeah, I am happy with progress. Although it's bittersweet in that I wish that I had made it sooner. You know, because I feel like there was a lot of damage that happened because I didn't. You know.
Nothing you can do about it now, though, brother.
Yeah, I know. It's just, I know. Fuck. Oh shit. I don't know. The other thing about it is that it feels lonely now at this point, in that I am totally independent. You know what I mean? I've never actually been independent the last 5 years. I was on so what was I? I was on a Tempo Storm, then I went to CLG, and then after CLG I went to T1, but I almost joined Fnatic. Right? I almost joined Fnatic. I didn't, because we actually could not negotiate pay. That was literally it. We could not finalize. Wow. And then I joined T1. And then I was, I mean, my relationship with Joe Marsh is probably one of the best that I have in all of esports. Yeah. I mean, I jokingly say he's like a father figure to me, and then he actually jokingly tells people that I'm his son. But dude. Like fucking Joseph P. Marsh. Yeah, it's good. But dude, now I'm totally independent. It feels weird being totally independent.
I can't really do that, dude. I've been independent my whole life, and it's fucking, I love it.
Yeah.
I love being lonely and like alone.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I was on C9, but I was...
Yeah. Yeah, you don't need to go any further.
Nah, it feels weird. Feels weird.
Dude, I think
yeah,
something that really helps me with all of this is like so all my IRL friends are completely normies.
Yeah.
So I have like a really good system where I have like a complete escape from everything online. So like I can do all this bullshit online and be dealing with the chaos and the psychopaths and the hatred and bad vibes online, and then I have such an easy escape completely offline with people that I enjoy to be around. And I think that's something that
I love how that sounds. I love how that sounds, and I agree with you. The issue for me was, like, remember earlier on we talked about the 85% dedication to like streaming and League?
Yeah.
There's no, it's like, it's not possible. Like, I mean, that's just how I always feel. It's just not possible.
I'm very lucky to have like a really good balance, and then also be in a position doing something that I'm super passionate about, but I'm able to take time away. And obviously that's way fucking harder as a streamer, because if you take a fucking week off as a streamer, it nukes your fucking
you can't
everything.
Right. It's so harmful. It's so harmful. It really is. It really is. It's so, very weird.
That balance is much more difficult.
Yeah, but I mean, the other thing about it is that for people like me and Dom, like, I mean, I'm sure you talk to Dom, right? Dom doesn't really do solo queue or any other streams anymore. He mostly sticks to live views and co-streams, right? In general. Me, I still do sporadic, like, I still do other stuff and whatnot, right? But there is a massive difference between random stuff and co-streams or live views. And that doesn't feel good on a personal level, like I've talked about this with the doctor. It strikes me as odd almost, in a way, when there's such polarity.
Yeah, because you probably feel like you're leaving stuff on the table, or you're not fulfilling everything that you're capable of.
Yeah, that's rough. Well, I mean, I'll find out. I don't know. Solo queue streams with Onion are funny. They are. I think solo queue streams with Onion can be good. I don't know. Full transparency, my view is that the amount of exposure that I ended up having over the last few years, I feel very bad about how many people I seem to have negatively impacted in a way, right? Just because of like the way that I like to pursue looking at things in the game, that feels bad.
Yeah, I can't really talk about it because I feel like I don't. Sounds kind of fucked up, but I feel like I just don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. Like I can understand
when like on Twitter, I am just like in this mindset where I feel like everyone on Twitter is not even real, dude. Like they're just like some fucking AI.
I
fake
wish.
person inside
I
my phone.
fucking wish I could have that view. I really do. I really fucking do. Oh man. The hell? Sorry, I just got messaged by.
Like how the fuck do I know any of these people in Twitch chat are real, dude? Like,
They're all real.
I don't think so. They're fucking not.
What do I plan to do after Worlds? I mean, that's what I gotta figure out. I gotta have a lot of conversations with people. I gotta have conversations with Riot, agency, sponsors, and stuff. Because I think the most important thing in my life right now is that I have stability, even if that means that I'm not making any money. I just need to be stable. I cannot deal with instability right now, like while I'm in therapy once to twice a week and everything else. And so I think any form of instability is just going to drive me. It's going to absolutely send me. So I'm going to have a lot of talks with Riot, my agency, and like other people, and I'll try to figure stuff out. And if I feel like I can't get stability or there won't be stability, then I'll probably just step away, and that step away might be indefinite, but I don't know. I literally talked about this with Double It for like an hour yesterday. I talked about it with him.
Oh, dude, on the note of
yeah.
having like an escape or like a disconnect from all the bullshit, did you ever convince your friend that you were talking about to come to Korea?
Which one? The high school friend?
She was like a high school friend, yeah.
No, she won't come. She won't come. So I think the real fear for her for coming is that she's black. And unfortunately, there is like, unfortunately there is that unfortunate aspect of Asian countries.
I was gonna say,
so like she's afraid to actually like come here and deal with that.
I feel like that would be a nice escape for you.
Yeah, I think that would be really good. I really did. I offered to pay her flight and everything else, her to come out here like 2 weeks, whatever, just hang out and like travel around Korea and stuff. I think that would have been really good. I agree. I agree with you.
If he doesn't want to, dude, I'll fucking do it. You know what I mean? I'll come fucking explore Korea.
You want to come to Korea for us?
Yeah, I mean, I'll fucking come to Korea, dude.
Okay, you can come, dude. I have I have a 296 square meter apartment that's totally empty. Like, you know.
Yeah,
all right, fucking do it. I mean, if you want.
I got
if
shit
you
to
want
do
to.
when there's no league on it as well, so I'm.
All right, base.
Fucking around
okay.
all
right, don't fucking dodge me here, okay? With nothing in it, Joe says with an asterisk. Joe knows, dude. My whole house is empty. It's so empty. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was thinking about scheduling like a longer trip in the off season as well when there's nothing to bet on.
Yeah, you can stay here if you want. It's literally empty. I mean, it's no big deal. Do not mind. I'm trying to think of other stuff. I don't know. Maybe I go to Rhode Island.
You've been to Japan?
Maybe for Christmas. Yes, but I don't like Japan, unfortunately.
Really?
I don't like I like I don't know how to describe this. Honestly, look, I'll just say that. I think that like my racist encounter in Japan just fucking ruined it. Soured Japan for me.
Oh, you had like a bad experience?
I had a really bad experience in Fukuoka or something. I had a really bad experience, yeah.
Oh, also someone said Pog, Forest, KR, dude, if I go to Korea, I'm not playing fucking League of Legends. Are you out of your fucking mind?
Why not?
I'm not touching League of Legends if I'm in Korea, bro. I'm gonna enjoy Korea.
God damn it.
Yeah, right. I'm playing League of Legends in Korea, bro. I don't play League of Legends in NA.
Oh, I don't know. Also, it's really late for Europe right now. Jesus.
Yeah, it's getting ready to be my fucking bedtime too.
It's getting to be. What do you mean? This is Worlds hours.
Yeah, but I'm about to pass the fuck out. I've been up for like 30 hours.
Okay. All right. Okay. I mean, I'll let you go then. I'll jump into the sponsored segment of the stream.
Sure, dude.
So everyone can lose their mind at me.
Fucking good talk, dude. It was a blast as always. It was fun.
Okay. No, it
Even
was.
though
It
it
was
got a
fucking
little-
good. I mean, we should do this more often for sure.
Got a little emotional at the end, but that's okay.
Yeah. No, it's fine. I mean, I held back on some stuff. I'll tell you some stuff. Actually, I'll tell you one thing in DMs right now.
Yeah, we can talk later, dude. It's whatever. Yeah, it's fun, dude. As always, thanks for having me on. What did you DM me? I'm scared to look at it.
Look at it. Look at it. How fucked
dude,
is
yeah.
that?
Oh yeah, I mean, I figured that was part of it.
I mean, I can't say that. I feel like if I say that's #1 Reddit, and then it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
fucking
Yeah, no,
it's a
not,
fucking
after everything we
that's a
just talked about.
shitstorm,
That's
dude.
not what we want. Yeah.
that's
not with the direction that we're going.
It's a shitstorm.
I'm just gonna
If I reveal that,
in chat.
I've actually asked like people about revealing it lately. I asked like Joe Marsh and like other stuff. No, it's not about C9, guys. Forrest can confirm it's not about C9.
Guys, he's talking about revealing that he actually thinks Oblivion Orb versus is good versus Silas. And it's like a really big hump to get over after everything he's tweeted because he saw Freak's chart about the efficiency of it against Silas specifically with Doran Shield, and he's dug himself too big of a fucking hole.
Okay. All right, Forrest. I will talk to you later on.
All right, dude.
Appreciate it. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good.
Thanks for having me on, dude. Bye,
No
chat.
problem.
Bye,
All
everyone.
right. Bye. See you later.
Peace out, bro.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Yep. Bye-bye.